We back. Oh man, it always feels fucking great to watch that intro. Even though I made it, I don't know. Maybe I made it for me because every time I'm watching it, I'm like, yes, let's go. But this show ain't about me, even though it is on my channel. It's about myself and the cool table, but emphasis on the cool table. And tonight we're starting the show with the whole crew here. What the fuck? What happened? What happened to late ass Leon, bro? Nah, he ain't late. He early today. So without further ado, we'll get to the comments in a second. Everyone say hi to everyone. Much love to the chat. But let's bring in the big homie himself of the cool table, Skywalker. How we feeling, bro?
Yo, I have to say something. I'm mad Leon showed up right when homie said bang. I was like, yo, what's up, Seal Nation? What's up, Mikey Verge? What's up, Cool Table family? I am much grateful that you guys are here tonight with the Cool Table, and we about to rock out, and we about to have a good night. So much love to y'all. Much love to the good Austin, homie. Thanks for having me on, bro.
Dude, much love for being here. Thank you, bro. And that's hilarious. Yeah, as soon as for everyone who was watching and you saw Spike go bang, as soon as that happened, literally at the bottom of my screen, I see a square pop up. I'm like, no way. Like just literally intro with Leon like that. But we gotta wait for Leon because next up we have the homie Necron.
What's up?
How you
going
doing
on,
tonight?
gentlemen? Doing good,
doing?
dude. Doing good. Let me tell you. How's everyone in the chat? How are my homies here? Everybody's doing well. It looks like.
Yeah, yo, we doing a little bit better than you in our homestead, but we don't need to go over that. Homie Necron's been having
natural home disasters.
some real life issues, man.
Maybe I'll talk about tomorrow on my holiday special. Everybody can laugh at me.
Yes,
Home repairers gone awry.
That's what happens, man. It happens to the best of us too. And I've always heard the cliche, and cliches are cliches for a reason because they're true. But the cliche is once you own a home and you do a project, then it's a never-ending amount of projects until you die. Like it never ends. Like as soon as you start something, there's something else. But yeah.
Translation. That's called getting married.
Getting married. Yeah.
Someone always has a project for you. Like,
it never ends. The only person that I know that our next guest and homie is married to is actually someone called The Game. He's married to The Game, and that's Leon of the New Geeks. What's good, homie?
Bang. Leon think he cool, y'all. This motherfucker really took bang. And it just, I was like, what?
I saw that too. I was like, damn, are you serious?
You know what I was going to do at the same time too is put bang. I was like, wow, am I really getting in here at the same time as this? I didn't think any of y'all would notice.
Dude, that was crazy. I thought something happened in my StreamYard. I'm like, wait, did I click something? What the fuck just happened?
That shit lit up.
Did a magic trick, and there goes Leon now on the screen. I'm like, what the fuck?
That was crazy.
How you doing tonight, homie?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. Still on that ride of my career excellence. So, you know, everybody, I love how we all have dope stuff going on in real life, you know.
Oh yeah.
Feels good being an adult sometimes. You know.
Oh my god, yeah, dude.
Succeeding and accomplishing things, and
like we all are too, which is crazy at the same time.
Absolutely.
Shout out to the Cool Table for that inspiration.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Had to get our shit together, but thank you all for being here. Obviously, if there's one of us, if it's all of us, man, it's a Cool Table stream. Honestly, if one person makes an appearance, like I feel like we can endorse pretty much everything that somebody else on the Cool Table will say, and that just goes for each and every one of us. Like, yo, whenever I hear Skywalker or Necron talking on a stream, it's like, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. And if we don't, oh, we'll tell you. We'll let you know. But shout out to everyone here in the chat. We got a lot of heated people up in here, which I love. We love that on a fucking Wednesday night, and everyone loved the DBZ in the intro. So shout out to my DBZ fans. You probably can't see it, but I have 2 skateboards up here, and one is the original villains from DBZ, which is Bardock and Vegeta, and I forget the bald-headed guy's name. And over here I have Shenron. I'm a big DBZ fan, but that's why I have Goku in our thing. And we have Frank C coming in hot, all caps, fire James Gunn. Yo, shout out Frank C, shout out Nightwing, shout out Bad Dan's Thoughts. TJ obviously is here. I saw Mega Deuce, and homie's gonna have to let me know how to say his name. Lahal Call. Let me know if I said that right. Lahal, let me know.
Oh,
But-
what up to him? I saw him saying what up to me in the
Yo,
chat a few
yeah,
times.
I
Yeah,
know
he's
I've
amazing.
been butchering it. I've been trying, but you know what I'm saying?
The Super Bros here too. Of course, Sox is here. We got a homie Chad here as well. What's good?
Oh,
homie?
snad.
What's good, Chad?
What's
How
up,
we
bro?
doing? Heading off now, but much love, Chad. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Snad, Mr. Snad of the Snyderverse, and S. Dot. What up, miente? I'm a bit faded, but wanted to drop in and say what up. Smash that like button, yo. Appreciate you, S. Dot.
Wait, did Austin freeze, or is that just
I was
me?
about to say, I think he froze. Yep.
Okay.
He was
Yo, what's up,
freezing
y'all?
cold. Yeah.
I was just tweeting this out that we live, telling everybody to pull up. You know what I'm
Hell
saying? What's love? What's going on, y'all? Where was he at in the chat?
Oh, maybe.
Okay,
Right. It probably where Socks and Nightwing is at.
I see where. Wait,
Congrats, Leon.
I'm lost. Oh, homie, it dropped out. Okay, yeah. Congrats to the homie Leon. You know what I'm saying? He already knows stuff. I already told him, but congrats on stream, player.
That's awesome, dude.
Hey, yo, I appreciate y'all, man. Most definitely. Showing love. I appreciate it.
I love
For
to see
sure.
my friends doing well. That's always a good thing.
Absolutely.
Actually,
An interesting little detail I'm gonna tell about that, right? So my whole process of studying and everything, I cut out a few people, and it was just the family, loved ones, friends, etc. And one of the positive things that remained consistent was you guys. Whole time, like y'all didn't know what I had going on,
What?
and I kept, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the cool table, man. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Huh?
Austin on the
Yeah.
rise.
98,
Hey.
almost at that 100.
Yo.
Woo!
Look, Austin, y'all hit that subscribe button if you haven't already for the homie.
Hit the like.
We be over here weekly. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button. Austin be working hard behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying?
Does 2 shows at least a
Law.
week.
Yeah. So I was right. Yes, Mom. Yes. Yes.
Law. Okay.
Law. Right. That's what I've been saying. Was I right? Yeah, I think so. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
I don't know what that was all about, boys. My bad chatting into the show. I don't know what the hell just went on right there, but I looked
it's all
out and
good,
it's
Brody.
like I went out to my router and my light was blinking mad fast, and I went to, as soon as I touched it, it went all back to normal. So we should be good. I don't know what the hell that was. Maybe a system reset at midnight or something, but we freaking back, bro. We back.
Hey,
They probably
y'all
sent the
had-
reset. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all have no idea how happy that I am that I've been pronouncing that name correctly because I thought I was butchering that shit, and I was
Boy, I see you
actually
got
right. That's
excited, boy.
crazy.
I was like, hold on. I said, what?
Yes, bro.
I said, I said, what? I said, wait,
How's
what
it?
I missed?
Yes, bro.
Have we been saying it right? Is it Lahal?
Iowa.
No, it's
I've
law.
been saying it wrong.
Law.
I've been saying it right. I've been saying it right. Yes, bro.
Silent H. Law.
You know what I've been doing?
Law.
Have not been pronouncing it at all. In my mind, out
You
loud.
see?
I'm just like, if I don't know, I'm just gonna wait.
To the next one.
So,
Hey, see, but hey, scared money don't make no money, Leon. You know what I'm saying, right? There you go.
congrats. Yes,
Thank you.
congrats on
Yeah,
pronouncing.
because I really went out there on a limb. I felt like,
For
you know what I'm saying?
real.
I was like, yo, I could be butchering this thing. But Austin, man, get back in your spot, bro. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, bro. You all black for me, by the way. I don't know if you mean to do that or what, but your camera's like out. We all having
Oh yeah,
technical
that's for everybody.
difficulties tonight. That's just how it goes, I guess. But
I
Wait,
see
what?
everyone. I see everyone on my side.
I
I see everybody.
don't see Sky. I see just
Sky,
a
we
black
don't see you at
screen.
all.
I see a black screen on Sky.
Nobody sees me.
And
Nope.
I
I'm,
see you.
I'm on YouTube
I got you.
right
I
now.
got you pulled up on
Yeah.
on my iPad, and I don't see you at all.
I just see a black screen for some reason.
Oh my goodness, man. Hold up. Let me leave and come back.
We need to
Wait, so y'all didn't even see my reactions. I've been wilding out right next time. Like I've been over here. Yes. I've been over here fucking getting all excited, and y'all
Yes,
can't even
sir.
see me.
Bro.
All right, look, I'm gonna back out and come back.
Yo, we came in too hot with that intro. Everything
Right?
just full stop. We got to the bottom of the mountain too quick. We had to go back up the ski lift. But here we are, back up at the ski lift, ready for another run at this shit. And as Sky comes back in here, let's get started with the show. Let's not fuck around. Everyone in the chat, like I said, say hello to everyone. Be nice. And my bad if I didn't see you yet. We're just gonna get into this shit because we all don't want to be here till 3 a.m. in the morning. Although if we could, we would. You know what I'm saying? But the first topic of the night is that Rebel Moon set photo. Ooh. Man, these shots, and I know Leon can speak to it. So what's the word? Like accurately,
Definitely.
and you can definitely describe how it looks in such a way. You can articulate how it looks in such an eloquent way. I definitely want to hear your opinions on this last, because I feel like we'll talk about it real quick. But everyone in the chat is gotta go bedtime. All right, peace out, homie. We appreciate that. And of course, integrity. Let me just read your comment. Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 is inevitable. Incompetence goes to changes in leadership, which equals more opportunities to rise. Yes. If we're thinking logical, yes. But this is highly weird, man. It's not logic. They don't rule themselves by logic.
That's true.
Unfortunately.
That's just how it is. But yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Set, Rebel Moon. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go that way. We just have to look forward to other things like this Rebel Moon freaking set photo. And I have it, boys. Let me pull that up for us.
Yes, I want to see it bigger. I can only see it on my phone.
And we got the homie coming back in here. He's got the auto add on. I don't know how that happens, Sky, but you just...
I don't know.
Yeah, it just happens. I don't know how it gets clicked on, but you just as soon as you come in, you're like, "Yep, I'm on stage. I'm not backstage. I'm on stage, motherfucker." But yo, we're starting with that Rebel Moon set photo, and let me pull it up. Oh, of course, it's super small in this picture that I have. Damn, I don't know if I can maybe zoom in. I'll get a different version, but I'll put this up right now so we can get a little tease of what it looks like. So to me, it kind of looks like they're in a like cathedral type area.
I literally was thinking the same word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some place where they like go to worship, and maybe these two like groups are trying to meet together and like form the Rebel Alliance or something like that. But it makes me wonder what the green screen is.
Probably
that could be
The
above it.
landscape or something up past
Either
it or
landscape
something.
or it's supposed to be like maybe like super high ceilings, like they're
Probably
on top
that.
of a
Yeah,
Gothic
yeah.
church or something like that. Because we saw some of the set photos, not set photos, pre-production photos and like the artist workups. But Necron, how excited were you when you saw this little tease from our
But just
homies?
there's this, you know, piques my curiosity. Like, what is going on here? What is this? Is this like some type of? Is this like planet? Whatever. Like kind of like a sci-fi middle age type of like interpretation combined. Or is this like you're saying a place of worship for their gods or whatever? Is it some type of government senate situation? There's so many ways you can just try to go with this, but it definitely has my interest. I would like to say it's some type of meeting between two, obviously not popular because they ain't popular yet, but like leadership people that are going to be in this movie, maybe coordinating, making plans, something of that nature in my mind, or maybe plotting the rebellion.
Yep, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so fun to speculate, and that's kind of what we've been missing with DC, because not knowing like what's gonna happen, we really just it's like it's less speculation and more just trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Speculation's half the fun.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Just,
That's for a lot of, well, for me, I should say personally, that's like most of the fun. It's just thinking about like having references to other like illustrations and books, like especially with the comics, you can do it more because you're like, oh, this matches up with this story that has a precedent in this universe. But with this, the speculation is wide open. I mean, the only thing you can have for reference is maybe like Star Wars itself and kind of how that story goes. But besides that, it's like, what do we have to speculate? You just come up with your own conclusions until we see the trailer. So yeah, Sky, what do you think about this set photo we have here?
Yeah, I'm not, because I'm looking at it right now. I'm not sure if it's like a cathedral or something. I feel more like this is somebody's like almost like a throne room almost, right?
Okay.
But just not a very like elegant one. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for this movie, man. Have all you guys seen the movie Seven Samurai?
Oh damn, it's been a long time,
dude.
I watched it in when I took a film class. Yeah,
I haven't seen it for like 10 years, but yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so Zach has said that this movie is gonna be very reminiscent of that, right? So I'm wondering what kind of other planets are we going to be visiting here, right? And what the different motifs are going to be on each one.
So they're like possibly hiring people to defend them, basically.
Yes. That's what it seems like it's going to be.
That's right. And that is in one of the descriptions, how this they're like a planet of farmers, basically, and they have to go out and
the protagonist
warriors,
going out to different planets to find warriors to take on whatever the threat is. Yeah,
dude, that's gonna be so sweet. And motifs? Do you mean like as far as like the other planets are gonna look like, and the styles of the planets?
Yeah. Right. And what kind of characters are we gonna just? I want to see everything. You know what I'm saying? Every planet that we go to, I'm pretty sure there's going to be just so much different vibes going on. And I think that her going out to have to find these characters are definitely going to lead to, so much different things going on. So,
yeah, dude. Yeah, that makes me excited. But before I say what I'm excited for, Leon, what are your takes on this photo? My bad, Sky. You were breaking up a little bit. I thought you were done.
Oh no. Go ahead.
Leon, you there, homie?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, man. How do you feel about this set photo? What's
So I
good,
know
Prime?
seeing this, we don't really get a lot of information, but for what my first take was, is that it seems like it's going to be like a marriage of different styles in terms of nature and maybe high levels of science. I'm guessing that's what the green screen is for. We're going to get maybe some technology or, like you guys were saying, like a higher ceilings.
Yeah.
But I love the wood, the natural lighting coupled with the, the artificial lighting, the light bulbs. It's really nice to see that he's doing this thing where it's not just hard steel Star Wars looks. It's like a real natural, lived in, polished, at the same time kind of olden.
Yep.
Kind of reminds me of old European architecture in a sense.
Or like colonial or something like that, for sure.
Right. Yeah, it's simple, but it does pique my interest. It's beautiful. And, it's just like everything Zack does, he does it in such a way that's grandiose, just for no reason. Like this could have been a simple shot, flat looking, but it looks like art, very beautiful.
Yeah, it's so funny that you say
and y'all
that.
know,
Like,
I'm looking forward to this movie beyond because, like, I changed my entire style on my Twitter account to, reflect Rebel Moon, and I'm doing that, past the premiere. You know what I mean? Like, just to represent. I've been doing it since the film went into production.
yeah.
Because, like, I love his DC films, obviously, but, like, to see that he's going to do something original that's in science fiction, I cannot freaking wait, man. And please, Zack Snyder, whoever has a connection with Zack, bro, give us some more porridge. Please, sir, more porridge. I mean,
I don't know if I have that
Please,
video.
may I have some more?
Yo, exactly. Please, drop some more crumbs, man. We need this. Seriously. And entertainment right now is kind of
man, I'm waiting
and boring.
I need that Rebel
crumbs.
Moon trailer, yo. I need that trailer, that teaser, that whatever, yo. I need that.
Dude.
I just want him to drop a few second like snippets here and there of something, anything. I don't care.
Yeah,
and then obviously the trailer,
I guess we did get that with that like slow-mo video. That was a couple seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And look, we all freaked out about that. That was beautiful.
Exactly. It was beautiful.
This actress and all this, like, you can see the dust from the air. And Zack Snyder, man,
He's crazy, dude.
People don't get it, man. And they always call him a visual director, which is so asinine to me. It's like, yeah, filmmaking is a visual art. Dumbass. Like, he's a visual director. So he's a director, you mean? Okay, got it. What? They always say like it's some sort of an insult.
It's a condescending comment. Like, oh, well, yeah, he makes pretty pictures.
Right.
Like, fuck you. I know.
They compliment his visuals. Like, okay, cool. So he's an incredibly competent, beyond competent director who creates paint like it's a painting, dude, come to life. And we're supposed to sit here and be upset about that.
You know as well, is that Zack is able to tell stories within the frames, bro.
Oh,
yep,
right.
That's a great way
Zack
to put it.
With no
Zack
words.
is one of the best at creating stories within the frames, bro. And so, and other people aren't too necessarily keen at doing that same thing, at least to that level, right? So that's where the separation starts to come in at, and where that jealousy starts to lie.
You know why I think people are unable to do that? And you're right, they are jealous because we live in this world of irony. Everybody wants to be ironic, sarcastic, and with their art and their entertainment.
Wow, I wonder who makes movies like that.
Joss Whedon, James Gunn, just to name a few laymen. But just, and I'm not even necessarily knocking them per se. I'm knocking Joss for sure. I guess in a way, I'm knocking James. I know that he has an audience and he does some good stuff, but
Witness me.
it's just this. I don't know if you're talking about the chat or James. But,
Yeah, bro. I'm talking about
Bro, you know what he's talking
what
about.
I'm talking about.
Okay,
Nah,
gotcha. Okay, just checking. If we're on point.
Nah.
Man, we be in each other's heads.
You're right. You're right.
But as I was saying, so it's like this interesting era that happened beyond Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where like everything has to be ironic. It's like they took what Quentin Tarantino did with Pulp Fiction and they bastardized it. Because like Quentin Tarantino, he taps into pop culture, sarcasm, and irony, and just real world lived in things and dope dialogue, right? And it kind of changed the zeitgeist of the way we converse with one another. Like everybody kind of wants to be hip and cool. And then Joss Whedon saw that and was like, I'm going to do that and be a nerd about it. And it was like, cool, whatever. And James Gunn came along and was like, I'm going to do what Joss Whedon is doing, and I'm going to be a frat boy about it. You know, so.
You know what's funny about that?
It's easier to make films like that than it is to make what Zack does, is what I'm trying to get at.
It's super easy. It's not only bastardized, but it's like they tried this to commercialize the fuck out of it. And they have like the whole reason why we call it the Marvel formula is because of the cookie cutter aspect of it. Like you can just, you know, take out one aspect and insert another aspect here, but the rest of the ingredients are all the same. And unfortunately they took out our homie Leon, but as Prime is saying, the trailer won't come out until 2 days of release. That's how Netflix markets their IPs. However, I think that's going to be a little bit different with this.
Hold up. I got a question. Did the Army of the Dead trailer come out 2 days before fucking release? Stop playing, man. No, it's not playing, bro. What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
I think the Netflix movie of the week. It's gonna be a fucking bigger deal.
Super marketed.
Let's just move on, bro. Damn.
I got my bad. I had clicked the button by accident. Apologies. I just got one more thing to say about about that, right? Because I just caught the tail end of that. Here's the thing: people that speak in absolutes bug the shit out of me. Like they, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not picking on anybody in particular. It's just the concept of thinking that the information that you're giving is concrete as opposed to a possibility. You know what I mean? I just want to throw that out there. But I think everybody that knows me in the chat and of course Cool Table knows that, you know, what did they say about Sif, right?
Yeah.
Speaking in absolutes, right? Anyway.
Yeah, I think you're right, Super Bro. I think if we don't get it like in the next couple of weeks, I think it'll be, you know, towards the beginning of the year. Netflix definitely wants to show their shareholders what they have coming up, and they're not going to save a Rebel Moon teaser for 2 days before it's released. It's not some indie Netflix film or anything like that. I mean, they're even releasing pictures of Extraction 2 featuring Liam Hemsworth way before anything has been announced about that film. I mean, they released a picture of it, and I think it was in Variety. I saw it on like my Google news stories. But yeah, they're starting to release a lot more and starting to get more into the film. I think Zach's actually helping them with that. But yeah, I think it will also get a trailer release, and I think this photo is honestly awesome. Just seeing all the intricate details that we can see here.
Right.
TJ, thanks for coming in, bro. And thanks for being a part of the replay crew. You're definitely greatly valued here, so I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you partaking in the community. And Zach,
appreciate you, TJ.
Thank God Zach's got 2 films. Yeah, and the best part about how he filmed them and how I believe they're going to be released is that, you know, right after one of these movies, especially like with the Army of the Dead, Zach ends his movies in such a way where you're like, okay, well, when's the fucking next one? Like, I need to see the next one now. I need to know what the fuck is going on. And I think that's exactly how we're going to feel after Rebel Moon Part 1, and they're not going to wait long to put out Rebel Moon Part 2. It's just going to be like a extreme hype up event. It's going to be fun as fuck to be part of those conversations. And Mama Bear, thank you. She's in promo right now. Y'all share out the stream. Let's get Austin to 100 tonight. Yeah, that'd be cool to get to 100 tonight, man. I've been hovering around like 90. Now I'm like the high 90s. I'm like, come on now, get over 100, get over the hump. I'd love to do that before Christmas. If
Hey,
not, be a
Austin.
Christmas present. What's up, dog?
I'm glad we started stream a little later because I was going up to Popeyes with my wife earlier and she was driving. And she usually likes all my attention when we're together. And I didn't want to go yelling at her. I didn't want her yelling at me on the stream. You know, getting my Popeyes and everything. So I'm going to thank Steve for starting a little later.
You're welcome, dude. You're welcome, dude.
Yo.
You're welcome.
Don't need my ass chewed out on air. I can barely look.
Oh man. But as oh wait, one thing I did want to point out with this photo real quick.
And it's wrong again because it wasn't a month before the first trailer. The teaser came out in February. The movie came out in fucking May, dude. Like, what are we talking about? Usually.
Keep your eyes open.
Man.
Wait, Zack Snyder, the whoever this is in the chat. Shout out to you. This
it's Zach, dude. He wants to see what's up with the cool table.
Well, just
man.
The one thing that I could say about this, man, is and like you say, Zach's frames tell stories, and I think one of the main Easter eggs in this picture, obviously, is that there's a fucking moon in the center of it. That circle's got to be like a moon, right? Like, come on.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that, Austin.
Right?
Yeah, good eye.
Sorry, that's a good one, dude.
Keep your eyes open.
Possibly.
Keep your eyes open. That's, I mean, just a theory, and that's why this area of the fucking geek world is so much fun to speculate, man. Like, oh, did I spot that? I guess we'll find out in a couple of months, and then hopefully someone will remember and be like, "Yo, Austin, you called it." But yeah, it's fun to speculate, man. And I thank everyone for being here. And JT Comedy, thanks for subbing. Appreciate you.
Ooh, maybe have 100 by the end of the stream. That'd be fucking great.
That'd be great. Super Bro's finally just realizing what the hell is going on. Yeah, Super Bro, look alive. Super Bro, look alive. We don't need to worry about Zack Snyder product.
Super Bro, check your DMs, by the way.
The haze, the
why? I hit him up too.
This is why you drive. I'm determined to get two of the cool table to milestones in the same 24-hour period. Oh, what are you trying to get Sky to 400 too at the same time?
No, I already hit 400.
Oh, you did? Let's go, dude. Let's go.
400.
Hey.
Everyone give Sky a congrats in the comments.
Congratulations, Skywalker.
Organically grown.
100 more subs.
Mama Bear let me know earlier, and I checked and still at 400. Somebody about to unsub now though. Hey, whoever they are, they a hater too.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna let y'all know. Whoever about to unsub, because this shit always happens. Every time I come out and say, "Hey, I just passed the milestone," like
some hater.
So, but it's all good. You can't take my joy. I already got the screenshot. You know, what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Already got it. All right,
I already got the screenshot.
Shout out to everyone saying congrats in the comments. Domain, what's up? By the way, this is, if anyone doesn't know this name, if this name looks unfamiliar to you, this is DC Talk with Extended. So make sure you give him love when he shows you love, because he's always shouting everybody out, and that's one of my favorite things about him. Yeah, dude, everyone's saying congrats, yo. Congrats, Sky. The force is strong with Sky. Yeah, man. Crazy. Everyone, yeah, let's go. Wow, dude. This chat is fucking amazing. That's why I always say that Sil Nation is the greatest in all the realms. And always will be, man. Yeah, so a lot of fun times for us Zack Snyder fans now. As far as moving on from the DC Snyderverse, now we get to go into the Netflix Snyderverse. And who knows where this Rebel Moon is in the galaxy. maybe it's in the same universe as this army Planet of the Dead is. So maybe they could connect somehow, or maybe there's some Easter eggs just for funsies. You never know.
Hey, there are aliens in Army of the Dead.
Just
Yep,
saying.
we definitely saw UFOs
that's
in the
right.
background.
What?
That was such a dope detail.
What if one of the warriors they go to get in
Right at the
part
beginning of the
2?
movie. Right at the beginning of the movie, right? Fucking Zach throwing Easter eggs right in the beginning of the movie.
Hell yeah, dude! It's like what?
Like,
what?
yo,
Yeah.
It off the bat made the movie more interesting than like it would have been, you know what I'm saying, just with a zombie, you know, military movie. Freaking aliens, you're like, what the hell? Like, what are you trying to tell us?
Nah, that opening was unexpected to say the least. You
Oh,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like for real.
And I'm not
That's a Zack Snyder film for you.
I'm the opposite of a zombie guy. Like I'm not into that. I watched like I Am Legend
Same here.
because I thought that was a very good. Will Smith obviously is what got me to watch that movie. If I'm being realistic, and Zack Snyder is what got me to watch Dawn of the Dead after it had been out for years. I watched it at first and I loved it as a zombie movie because it was so different. And then I realized like why I liked it so much because it was a Zack Snyder film later on. But yeah, so watching this movie, as soon as it started, I was like, oh, right, this is Zack Snyder. It's not going to just be a zombie movie. Like, it's not just going to be any other zombie. They're not going to be playing by any fucking rules. Zack Snyder is just going to make up fucking rules, and that's how we're going to play. But yeah, I'm really looking forward. What'd you say?
The zombie tiger, right?
Zombie tiger. Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah.
and not only just that, but some of them zombies were robots. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, when I was
What's
watching,
going on
what the
with
fuck
that?
is that?
Yeah.
The U.S. government pretty much takes surveillance on what's going on in the zombie realm by sending in robots, apparently.
is that like a fan theory or something that Zach?
No, that's something that Zach, I believe, mentioned.
That's crazy. That's so cool though that he explains it that way, and then like the fans get to kind of spread the lore if it's not directly mentioned. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense as to why they would be in there. But yo, when that shit's happening, and I'm sure you guys had it too if you saw it with not diehard Zack Snyder fans. Like my partner, my lady, she's not a diehard Zack Snyder fan. So when that shit was happening, she was just looking at me and she hit me and she looked at me like, hey, explain this. What the fuck is explain? Please explain this. I don't know what the fuck this is. I'm like,
Explain.
yeah. She goes, explain this. I'm like, I don't know. I'm along for the ride with you, babe. Sorry, we're gonna have to figure this shit out afterwards. That's how a Zack Snyder film goes. But that's my favorite part about Zack Snyder's films. So that is why I'm excited to see that. And before we end that discussion, we need one more person's take on this Rebel Moon set photo, and it wouldn't be a freezing cold take show without an ice cold appearance. And this guest needs no introduction. He's our favorite Ham Smith. That is the Super Bro Corey.
What's up, guys?
Bro.
What's up,
What up?
guys? How we doing tonight? Man, that was one hell of a introduction to Good Austin. I figured you'd be just roasting my ass, the entire time after what I did to you this last weekend. So I was like, man, is this a setup? Am I about to walk into something here right now? Man, that was some bad luck, Jinx. I'm still blown away by it. But yes, thank you so much for the invite. Thanks, Necron, for telling me to check my Twitter because I'm horrible about that. I'm usually so locked into your streams, and yeah, no, thank you so much for inviting me on. I love being here.
Absolutely, bro.
Are you at 100 yet? We're one away. We better get this man to 100.
Close. We're very close. But yeah, dude, I'm always going to give glorious introductions and be nice to my friends. That's why I was very surprised you went on Jinx my two favorite teams live on my show.
Okay.
I thought we were closer than that, bro. I thought we were cool, bro. What the fuck?
Oh, we're friends. We're good friends. I didn't think the jinx actually worked. Like I literally said, hey, what did I say? Oh my gosh, Houston might win this, and then bam, Houston gone. And then I was like, I do root for the I do root for the Cowboys. So I was like, hey yo, let's go, Dak, let's go
Was
Cowboys.
that in the witching hour when you rooted for the Cowboys?
Yeah, I think he did. I
Yeah,
could be
that was
wrong.
a cafe
Yeah,
hour,
cafes.
cafe
Yeah.
zone. So bam, then right away, within
Got
10
my
minutes, both teams
Cowboys.
lost. And then Necron's like, hey yo, say this. I'm like, it's not going to work. One of these times, it's not going to happen. So I say go Bucks and go Patriots, and bam, they both like. The Patriots lost, man. That was horrific, dude. I was like, when I saw that, I was like, oh man, I fucked up big time. And I was like,
Yeah,
dude.
So
So go
bad.
Cardinals, go
Jinx
Cardinals.
machine.
And
Bro,
don't
Jinx
fire
machine.
James Gunn. Don't fire James Gunn. Don't restore the Snyderverse. Saying it right now,
Yeah. If anyone is wondering why Corey's saying this, because he did provide a major jinx, and I guess we kind of spoke it into existence. But while the first person you said go whatever, they were playing at the time that we were live, and all of a sudden like some backward shit of what we predicted was going on. We're like, oh, it's Corey. That's obviously why. And if you don't know what he's referencing as far as the Patriots had won the fucking game basically, and some crazy last minute turnover play happens where the Raiders score in like the final seconds and just win the game. And it's like that doesn't happen any other day of the week, but because Corey jinxed us. And then the Bengals versus the Buccaneers game started, and I was blown away because somehow the Bucs found themselves up 17-0. I'm like, what the fuck is going? This is a whole new team. And Tony Romo was watching it and calling the game. He's like, this is what they should have been doing all year. Well, where has his team been? And then second half comes, and here we go. Corey's jinx coming into full effect. The Bucs don't score another fucking point, and they get routed, dude. And I don't even know what the prediction records are. I literally couldn't think about football for the last couple of days because I was so gutted by the Sunday loss. Because being up 17 points and losing is crazy. I can't imagine what it was like to be a Colts fan this past weekend and be up 33-0 and lose that game in overtime. Can only imagine, but that's just me
Talk
getting
to
in.
the Cowboys, they're pretty good at that.
But yeah, and I guess I'm
right.
one away still, but yeah. So while we have you here, let's keep this ripping because we do not want to be on for too late. But I appreciate you coming through. What is your opinions on this Zack Snyder set photo? And let me pull it up just to refresh your memory. What do you think is going on here, and what are you excited about just looking at this?
It's once again from Zack Snyder is just showing us how beautiful and artistic each shot and every scene that he creates in a movie is. This gave me, a whole lot of different feelings and vibes. Like, what are they looking out to? Is that going to be, a space backdrop, or what is this like a, like a I don't even know what to say, man. Like it almost gave me Death Star vibes with the how the window is shaped. Like, is this going to be like some type of inside of a ship Coliseum type thing, or are we going to be on a planet here? And there's going to be a bunch of like moons out there. Like all I know is it looks like some sort of high council meeting or discussion, and just another beautiful scene from Zack Snyder, which I'm not surprised at this point. I'm completely thrilled that Rebel Moon is still going to be coming, and it's something to look forward to at this point as fans after this past week, especially Zack Snyder fans. So yeah, it's getting excited. It's getting real for sure, and I don't know where they're going to be doing their limited theatrical release, but I guarantee I will find a place and see it in theaters again.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they'll probably even bump it up a little bit from what Army of the Dead was. I mean, they were limited theatrical release, but I don't think the limited part was on the theaters that it was in. I think it was just the amount of time it was in theaters. They didn't have them at like big AMC theaters or like the name brand theaters around me, but there was like a mom and pop theater that I had never gone to, which I kind of liked even more because it gave me the opportunity to go support a local business and also go see Zack Snyder's film at the same time. So
Absolutely.
I think, you know what I mean? I think Netflix kind of has that aspect of going to the films down. You know what I mean? Like if you can offer such a great product but only have it exclusive to smaller theaters, it gives them a chance to make more money.
Well, movie theaters are still a little salty about Netflix and how they're taking people away from them. So it's understandable why people like AMC don't want to play games and don't want to play ball with Netflix. But that being said, somebody as big as Zack Snyder, somebody with his caliber, who makes these movies that are supposed to be seen in theaters, Rebel Moon is a movie. Army of the Dead was a movie that is going to make money for the theaters. So I hope more theaters see what Army of the Dead did, the type of film creator that Zack Snyder is, and with this hype around Rebel Moon, that they decide to actually put this in more theaters, because it clearly any like Star Wars film needs to be seen in the theaters.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. Like you said, Zack Snyder doesn't make films for streaming. He makes films to be seen in the theaters, and I think the first trailer that he makes for this thing will market the theaters itself. Like, yeah, you gotta go see this in theaters. It's necessary. And then after you go see it in theaters, you can go watch it at home in like a week and binge the fuck out of it. And us Zack Snyder fans can really go into the details frame by frame at that point. But I probably go see it a couple of times.
I just hope we get a trailer before 2 days before it releases.
Me too.
2 days before the release in the theaters. Oh, by the way, if you don't got nothing to do, if you happen to see this.
Yeah, and who is Franco Harris? I don't know who she's referring to.
Franco Harris is
the painter, right?
Legendary. No. What?
Yeah, I believe I want.
Is that
Henry Cavill
we're not talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers guy, are we?
Yes, bro.
Oh yeah, RP.
Yeah, he
Franco
passed
Harris.
away.
Yeah, bro. I'm
That's
like,
how-
what
oh,
y'all talking about, dude? I'm like, what the hell? Like, come on, y'all.
Because we're talking about Rebel Moon. I'm thinking we're talking
that's
about
way
a
off
painting.
subject.
Yeah.
Rest
Yeah,
in peace,
okay.
Franco Harris.
It's
Rest in peace,
way
Franco
off
Harris.
subject. Yeah,
Sorry
but
about that.
Because that's been in there for a minute.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
He's a painter, Leon.
He's a
Yeah,
painter.
there you go. Yeah.
He painted the defenses for
There
many
you go.
years. And this weekend the Steelers
He got lucky and screwed the Raiders, is what he did. No.
Let me finish, bro. He fucking died, bro. Don't call him lucky, bro.
He got lucky on that bounce pass. But hey, that's how it
Bounce
works.
pass. It was a catch.
The immaculate reception,
It
right?
was definitely a catch.
Yes.
So, Mama Bear, it is the 50th anniversary coming up this weekend of the Immaculate Reception, which is a huge moment in NFL history where a miraculous catch was made. And some people think that it hit the ground, but other people don't think it hit the ground, and they end up winning the game. Was it the Super Bowl, or was it just like a big moment? I don't remember when that was.
I think that was in the Super Bowl, right?
I might have been in the Super Bowl because the seasons were much shorter back in the day, so they did play the Super Bowl, this time of year. But yeah, Necron will let us know. It is the 50th anniversary.
There are two AFC teams, so maybe it was a championship game.
AFC championship. It would make sense. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And they are playing this weekend, the Steelers and the Raiders. And unfortunately, the man who made that reception, his name is Franco Harris. He was a great Pittsburgh Steeler for many years.
For sure.
And he was a part of the community. Afterwards, he stayed in Pittsburgh and did a lot for the community. And a lot of people who are Pittsburgh Steelers themselves, past, former, and even the coaches, they say that he embodied what it meant to be a Steeler and to represent that organization and that city. So, being around him, like they talk less about the player and more about the man. So there's a big reason why Franco Harris has there's 2 statues when you get into Pittsburgh Airport. There's 2 statues. There's one of George Washington, and right next to him is a statue of Franco Harris. America, Pittsburgh. That's what this city is about. So Franco Harris lives on, not only in the Pittsburgh Airport as a statue, but in our memories is for football fans and NFL films, highlights till the end of time, and we'll always remember that immaculate reception, and we'll always praise him for the man he was afterwards. So rest in peace to Franco Harris, and rest in peace to another beloved person in our life, and that is Black Adam from the DCU, man. And it sucks. Sucks.
That was very well said.
It was a beautiful statement.
I heard Mr. Harris was a painter as well. I just gotta shout out to his painting skills.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to put a
Shade
joke.
Black Adam.
I wasn't trying to put a joke on Franco Harris at all or anything like that. I just had to lighten the mood, so that was the easiest way to do it. So you're welcome.
Back on track.
Back on track. Yeah, the Rock departure, and I don't need to go through this because we've all read it and seen it before. But basically, the Rock talked to James Gunn. Black Adam will not be in their first chapter of storytelling. However, DC and $7 have agreed to continue exploring the most valuable ways Black Adam can be utilized in future DC multiverse chapters. So there's some big and those words aren't highlighted, but I put some emphasis on them, and I think they needed some emphasis because he's saying Black Adam's gone for now, but they're committed and to working together to figure out how to include him in the future, which is obviously what we think Kingdom Come probably. But what are your thoughts on it? And Super Bowl, we'll start with you first and we'll go around the table quick. What do you think this could be leading to, and are you even excited for it if Black Adam does return?
Man, I don't trust James Gunn, bro. Like, I think that's where I start off with. Like, basically, what I hear is James Gunn loves The Rock, and he wants to collaborate with him so soon that Black Adam didn't even make the slate, at least for this first round of movies. So we just launched the character, we just launched JSA, and basically we're going to put your ass on hold and let you sit idle for however long until we can eventually figure out a way to bring you back years from now. The excitement of Black Adam will be, diminished, or, it's not as, big. So, I feel like it's another slap to The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He waited years upon years to bring a Black Adam movie, and to hit him with a, we're going to make you sit on it again. How long is this going to last for? So I have little faith in them actually holding true to the word of bringing back Black Adam. But if they did do something like you were saying, I'd obviously be down for it. I personally liked Black Adam. I thought The Rock did a fantastic job. I loved the JSA characters, and Pierce Brosnan and I can't think of his name, the guy who played Hawkman. They're just,
Aldous Hodges, right?
I was waiting for Leon. I was like, come on, Leon, where's Google at?
I just loved their interactions. So, I was hoping we'd get something a little bit sooner for the Black Adam. You had an introductory movie with Black Adam, and then I was hoping that they would step it up quite a bit, but we'll see, I guess. sit back and wait. And that's never waiting is never a good thing. It doesn't create excitement. You need to start saying, "Oh yeah, Black Adam will be coming back." Like think about Disney. Every time a movie ends, they're like, Doctor Strange will return and whatever. Like we don't get that shit for DC. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna put you on the back burner and forget about your ass. That's really what we're gonna be doing.
We'll see what happens. As best we'll get.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yeah. And Mama Bear's letting us know we hit 100. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Thank you.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Triple digits. Triple digits.
You guys are all a part of an exclusive club, which is the first hundo. So give yourselves.
That first 100 is special, yo.
It's special. And you guys have been here with us week in and week out, and I can't say thank you enough. I didn't honestly think it was going to happen tonight, but Mama Bear said, make it fucking happen. And she made it happen. So the world only makes sense if you force
Make
it to.
it so.
We made it so. Thank you, Marcus. Appreciate you. Appreciate everyone, man. I did not expect to even want 100 subs at any point in my lifetime, but the fact that I have it definitely I'm so appreciative of it. I'm appreciative that we even have people here in the chat giving us a conversation to continue and giving us ideas to bounce off. But it kills me all the time. But thank you guys so much. And Jade's here. Well, shout out to Jade too. I didn't see him earlier. What's good? Or her? I don't know. Jade could be either or. But The Rock should be playing Black Adam right now. Yeah, I agree with Corey, man. They should have went along with it. But Necron, let me get your thoughts because hashtag let Necron talk. We need to plug that every once in a while. That's for the first hundo on the stream will definitely know the hashtag let Necron talk. Yeah. Well, what do you feel is going on with this Black Adam thing? Do you think that he's actually going to come back, and do you even want to see it?
The comeback thing, it may happen, it may not. I maybe if they pay him enough. I think The Rock will probably just be about that at that point because of the way he got treated.
Yeah.
He pretty much was promised a franchise in the future with WB and did not get it. And it really looked like they were going to, do some spinoffs with the JSA. And I like you, dude, I like the JSA. I thought Hawkman and Dr. Fate interactions were great. And I thought actually, dude, I liked them both a lot in that movie. I thought they were both kick-ass characters. Hawkman, was the brawler, just and Dr. Fate was, the magical guy, kind of like trying to keep the situation calm or whatever. It just made a good dynamic with them too, and I would have liked to see more movies with them.
Yeah.
Now I think some of the key words here, because remember James Gunn is writing a book with his plan, so they're having different chapters. So I don't know what these chapters are about. What's going on with them?
Right.
Does this mean
book? I get it.
D-listers and C-listers.
I was like, wait, what?
So,
he's writing a book.
That's what he said. He's making the 10-year plan like a book, and it's in each phase is a chapter. So are these?
So maybe not. So instead of calling it phase 1, it'll be called chapter 1.
Chapter 1. Yeah. What
That sounds cool. Just sucks that he's doing that.
Goddamn coloring book, bro.
Man.
But what does that mean to, is this really an excuse for if chapter 1 bombs, then chapter 2 is Elseworlds, please, Zack and the crew come back and save us because we're down in the dumps so much. So that's my thoughts on it. And
chapter 2 we fucked up.
Yeah, chapter 2. Oh fuck. We need to course correct.
Course correct, yeah.
Chapter 3.
Whoopsie.
Chapter 3. Who owns us now?
Is this your choose your own adventure book, dude? If you don't like chapter 1, skip to chapter 3. Is that what that is?
Oh, right, one of those video games.
No, the choose your own adventure books, bro. It's like, all right, if you want to do this adventure, go to this chapter. If you want to do this one, go to this.
Go to this page. Yeah.
Gotcha.
If you want to skip the gun verse, go to chapter 3. Okay, let's go. I'll go to page 100. Everybody, meet me over there in page 100. I'll see you in 10 years.
Not even reading a few chapters.
Yo, and Necron, I agree, man. I mean, do you even want to see it though? Like at that point, it'd be so long. I'm like, I feel like I'm not even gonna give a fuck, dude. I'll love to see him back and I'll support it, but I'm not gonna be as hype as I was for this beginning of this like next era with Black Adam.
Well, I
starting
mean,
it.
I know everyone's like saying, fire James Gunn, bring Zack in, and of course that's what everybody wants. But these movies are going to happen, unfortunately. And what I'm worried about is, are we going to get to the point where they're just going to age these actors out, so there's just no really logical way they can bring them back, because they're just going to say, oh, Henry Cavill's 50, fucking Ben Affleck's 60 or whatever. Like what are the? I don't know, man. I just see like an evil plot behind the scenes is trying to let's just make it not happen.
Yeah. Any way they can get
out of doing it,
and any way they can have their fucking squeeby hands all over everything. I feel like there's like this weird shadow movement in Hollywood, but we don't have to go into that tonight. But I feel like that's
day.
Yeah, there's no logic.
Hollyweird.
There's no logic or business logic. All the history of business that you've looked at before doesn't pertain to Hollyweird. It's all fucking shadow, shady shit. But yeah, I agree. Zack Snyder is a blueprint.
Only the shadow knows.
And we all know why Mama Bear is bummed that they're going to be no
Hawkman.
Classic.
Yeah, I don't know about that, bro. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Wow.
Yeah. Stick around, Zach. Stick around. But yeah, Mama Bear, you're hilarious. We know why you want another Hawkman. Aldous Hodge, tickling her fancy a little bit. Chapter 3, reboot yet again, back to Snyderverse. Yeah, if they got a time machine and they could or they have a whole billion set away for de-aging the actors, maybe. But
fall into a Lazarus pit.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough magic in the movies to fucking figure that out in whatever that is, 10 years. But yeah, I wish they could have restored the Snyderverse, bro. And Batman's agreeing with me, man. Is he here, bro? All right, there's no Batman behind me. Just fucking you never know. You never know when he's gonna pop up and just be like, "Yeah, I fucking saw what you were doing." You're like, "What the fuck, dude?" I missed that. I'm glad that they put that in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Like the popping in and the popping out that Batman always did, dude. It's the best. Like you always knew it was gonna happen in whatever movie it was, but there's always somebody having a conversation with themselves eventually, and they just turn around.
Poor Commissioner Gordon every time.
Every time, bro. Every time. That was my favorite part. Like, yeah, you don't need jokes in a Batman movie because that shit is funny, bro. That shit is funny to me. But yeah, Sky, what do you think about The Rock's departure, his statements first and foremost, and then what do you think? Are you even gonna be? Do you even want to watch it if they do come back in Chapter 2?
Man, can I just pass on this question?
You can make it quick. You don't have to spend too much time on this, bro, because there's other things to cover.
I'm joking. No, I'm joking. It's just that I'm bummed, man. I think that what The Rock was doing was he was trying to listen and do as much as he could of changing that movie so that it would suit our liking as possible. Right? I mean, can't deny they sunk a bunch of money into that movie, right? To spruce it up right before it came out, right? But because pushing it back wasn't really an option at that point, right? You had to get it out. And so they added a bunch more to it, and they did it with the hopes that we were going to show up. And when we didn't show up in droves and make it a financial success, I just think that kind of helped this snowball kind of start really, really rolling downhill.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for The Rock. I'm getting into more detail later about why I think that we're at this point, where the fandom didn't show up for The Rock, right? But at this point, I don't even want to hear that it, wasn't just general audience. I think the people that went to go see that movie outside of us that was pushing it was the general audience. I think the hardcore fan base didn't fucking show up. That's the huge difference, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the hardcore DC fans didn't show up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us didn't. We sat it out for whatever reason. And so, this almost seemed to be like a standard kind of rock affair in terms of box office. And it didn't really get that much of a international rollout. And so, at this point, I'm just kind of sad about the whole thing. And I'm with Corey. I don't think that we're going to be seeing Black Adam anytime soon.
No, not at all. And we have a comment in here that I want all of us kind of to possibly just chime in all at once, but I want Leon to obviously give his take. But I do want to pull this up and give your take on this comment. Jade says, why don't they keep the cameos for the Flash? If the movies do good, they can't reboot. I think it's obvious to all of us. I think Leon could probably expound on that obvious point of why they're taking those out to prevent the reboot. And also, though, what do you think about Rock's comments about the chapters and the multiverse? And do you even want to see that at this point? Do you even care?
As far as this comment goes, let's see. Why don't they keep the cameos for the Flash if the movies do good? They can't reboot. Why don't they keep the cameos? I mean, because I think no matter what, they're gonna reboot.
Well, yeah. If you take them out, though, it's easier to reboot.
Right. Right. It's a wrap.
Erasing them from everybody's mind, basically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why would James Gunn give us a chance?
Right. And I think the reason that there is a little bit of hope still in the ether is because they probably want people to put some money into these movies. They want us to go and buy tickets and give as much money as they can to these movies that don't really matter. You know what I mean?
They still want their bang. Yeah. Their
right.
bucks.
That's my opinion on it. And I don't know, man. I'm on the fence. I know at one point I said I'm just done with the movies all in general, but I'm on the fence. I don't know. But as far as Black Adam's departure, yeah, he's done, dude. He's not coming back. And I'm glad y'all said that. You guys said it very well, man. It's a wrap, bro. I don't trust James Gunn. Are you kidding me? He did the same thing. He said the same thing to Patty Jenkins that he said to Henry, that he said to The Rock.
Giving everybody walking paper.
You guys are fired. Here's your pink slips. And we had a great conversation though, right? It was all positive. We had such a good conversation over dinner, right, guys?
It was so nice.
Firing you.
Yeah.
Great conversation though.
You guys are so polite.
Nice,
nothing but being cordial and polite. Like, okay, whatever, man. We don't give a damn about that. Henry Cavill could have smacked you in the face, and then Man of Steel 2 could have came out of been just as happy as when I saw Zack Snyder Justice League. The Rock could have gave you a rock bottom, and y'all could have announced Black Adam too. Patty Jenkins, well, she's gone. No big loss. No offense. Offense. I think she kind of, hit her one movie out of the park and kind of.
She dug her own grave. Let's be honest.
Yeah, pretty much. But moving on from that, back to Black Adam. And at the end of the day, man, I think Black Adam, The Rock should do the same thing that I think Henry should do. If they want him back, they better roll out that red carpet because they're dicking these dudes around, man. It's real messed up. They're not treating them like professionals. They're literally treating them like they are characters. I'm just going to put you wherever I want to put you. And at a snap of my finger, you can be up out of here because I'm writing a DC Bible.
Top Hollywood stars they're treating like this.
The Rock is a freaking generational international star, man. It's insane. We've watched this man since we were kids grow up to be one of the greatest superstars in Hollywood history, right? You can't even argue it. He was franchise Viagra at one point, This guy banks
money
in a time where, films kind of flounder. he turned Rampage into a hit blockbuster. That thing made over 500 million about a freaking ape and a crocodile fighting each other.
And a
A
flying
movie,
wolf.
Shit was dope,
yeah,
actually.
a movie that, and you know, and this is where we'll differ. I thought it was quite ridiculous. However, I applaud that man for making a profit out of it. Like, this is The Rock, dude.
Yeah, it
He
was
could make a movie about a fridge and a stove, and it's gonna make 300 million. Like, this is The Rock.
He does.
So you take that guy and you tell him, probably via text, because there's no way you have the balls to say it to his face. Via text, you tell him, we're moving on to Black Adam. You even whispered in a text somehow, and The Rock is like, you little jabroni. The Rock says this. You don't have the balls to call The Rock on FaceTime? You're Rudy Poo. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, leave those kids alone. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway. So, the people's champ. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's very strange how this is all rolling out, because again, this all could have been a smooth transition from even, you know, my idea with Man of Steel 2, Batman, Wonder Woman, ZSJL. It didn't even have to be that. It could have been one last hurrah with the ZSJL cast, right?
Yeah.
Just one last hurrah, fading into a reboot. It could have been that simple, you know? Something to give us some sort of, hey man, you guys cared about these fans and these actors and these characters, right? But at the end of the day, and before I finish, people will hear what I'm saying. They're like, why does it even matter? Well, because, you know, you're telling the customer what matters to you.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to see these new films, this reboot, you're going to have to give us incentive. And so far, I don't think anybody on the panel feels like they have incentive to see this reboot through.
No.
So,
Nope.
And I'll just leave it at that.
No, you're definitely right. And I applaud Mama Bear, by the way, for this stand. She says, I've been through many iterations and regimes. I'm not getting chased off, and we'll be a fan still when Gunn is gone. I agree with you. Like, I'm a fan of, I think I'm just more of a fan of the DC comics and the movies that I like that have already been out. And I'm not going to go out of my way to watch these new iterations. It's almost like, I feel like I'm not that old, but at this point, when this new iteration of DC comes out, I'm gonna be like, yo, that's for the younger kids. Like, it's not for me anymore. I had my time with that, and I've outgrown this. And that's kind of like when you're a kid and you're like, yo, I'm too old to like this shit anymore. That's kind of how I feel about this new DC live action universe that's gonna come out. But I'll always love the comics, and I'm gonna keep buying stuff from the comics that I love, because yeah, I've always loved the stories. And they'll always make me feel a way. You know, I'm never gonna read any iteration of Barry Allen and not enjoy it. I think I'm always gonna like that, or even Wally West. He's probably my favorite. But you know, those stories always ring true to me. So no matter what James or decides to do with the Flash and how he tries to bastardize the superhero that I love, I'll still be able to have the comics at the end of the day. So
Wally West is the best Flash.
In my opinion too. Yeah, he's a G, dude. He's a low-key G. But yeah, the Nightwing recognizes how good that impersonation was, man. His Leon's good at impersonations, bro. Stick around and hear more. And Lol is saying Black Adam grossed 391.2 million. Gunn can't even say that with the Suicide Squad, which is way more well-known characters, and even characters that were already introduced and had been in a very successful movie. He still somehow tanked that movie. Not a shocker. Not a shocker to the rest of that. Thank you, Law, for that information. He doesn't want Gunn. Yeah, Nightwing, make your opinions known, bro. But Mama Bear says exactly. I'll fight for DC to be corrected because it's the fight that needs to be fought. That's fair. That's fair. I'm not gonna fight necessarily anymore. Like, I am at the point where I'm gonna watch that world burn if they so choose to let it burn. If they want to keep building and create an empire, well, then I'll love to be a part of that. But
What does Alfred say in the Dark Knight trilogy? Some men just want to watch the world burn.
that's how I feel right now at this point. Like,
Mhm.
let it fucking burn, bro. Let it burn.
Let it burn.
Let it burn. But yeah, that's good to be said about that. I definitely just wish that we could have the stepping stone that the Black Adam was supposed to be, and we could leap off into the future of what that was going to be and be included in the Snyderverse and bring back the Snyderverse. But yeah, as the main says, the new Snyderverse is on Netflix, and we're gonna be loving Netflix in the upcoming future, and we're gonna be watching a lot of it. I feel like with all of Zack Snyder's content on there and more, and even like The Witcher season 3 I'm looking forward to. There's a lot of Netflix stuff that we have to look forward to, and I'm sure there's going to be announcing stuff that we don't even know about yet that we're going to look forward to too. Can't say the same about WBD, and that's why I had to say that. But moving on from The Rock's departure, we have to talk about Zack Snyder's DCU success, and that is a perfect point to with Law bringing up that comment about Black Adam's success. And we have a little video here, I believe, that Leon hooked me up with, and I screen recorded and got a little bit of his tweets, but it kind of goes on what was said years and years ago by a very infamous man in this fandom. Just pay attention to how many years ago it was, and it's kind of crazy that he called this shit.
Because you blow this?
Oh yeah, they're not gonna blow this.
But if they do,
Yeah.
you blow Batman versus Superman, DC Films, dead for the next 10 years. You will not recover from this.
Yeah.
You screw up Batman versus Superman, done. Try rebooting something in 10 years because your goldmine franchise is... Because you...
Yeah. Kind of weird how he called the reboot 10 years ago. But Leon, do you want to expound on that and kind of tell us what your tweet said?
Yeah, sure. Just basically when I saw that, what inspired me to even get the video and do the tweets was the narrative that was surrounding that, which was, you know, Zack Snyder bad, Zack Snyder failed. See, told you guys, he messed up BVS.
Yeah.
When, you know, my tweet basically was saying, if you study the numbers, right, not the rhetoric you see on Twitter, you know, with a bunch of fat-fingered jabronis who don't have a job, lady, a soul, or mind, are critiquing movies all damn day, right? Not that. Literal numbers. You'll see the constant rise, unlike the WBD stocks, right, currently. The constant rise of the Zack Snyder side of the DC universe. Mm-hmm. Man of Steel did nice numbers to begin the franchise that we didn't even know was really beginning. Just a lot of Easter eggs. BVS really was the Kickstarter because it showed everybody, oh, we're living within a universe, an extended, expanded universe, if you will. Shout out to the old rhetoric DCEU. Off of that, nearly $900 million film that got pulled from theaters early, we get Wonder Woman that made almost $800 million. Or no, actually before that it was Suicide Squad that almost made $800 million. Suicide Squad, for God's sake. A bunch of characters that nobody really knew about. Talk about Z-listers, right? You got like the B squad of villains put together with a cameo from Batman, a little cameo unexpectedly from The Flash. And that movie was chopped and screwed, and it still made almost $800 million. Then you got Wonder Woman knocking it out of the park. When it really started to fail was the obvious failure when WB came in and butchered Zack Snyder's film, and it became Justice League. That's when the failure started. But everybody wants to jump back to BVS because Zack is, for some reason, a symbolic fall guy because his films fly in the face of, you know, these lames that I just described. there were no failures within Zack's run, even after Justice League failed. You got Aquaman hitting $1 billion because of the rhetoric surrounding us, our fandom. We knew that Zack helped James Wan, and James Wan got Zack Snyder and Deborah Snyder's blessing. Then you go to Joker even. It showed you how much stock was still in DC as a brand. So this rhetoric that Zack Snyder's a failure is bullshit. The failure started with Justice League and then leaped over to the Hamadaverse because the Hamadaverse was a direct mirror representation of Justice League bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I relinquish the mic.
Now, before you go, Mama Bear's got a little hint for you. She says, if only Leon had a channel, he could post videos sharing his brilliant insights.
Well, you know,
He does.
That's the mystery of old Leon. When's Leon going to start doing that? Soon enough. Soon enough.
Soon enough, bro. We'll get that fourth member of the Cool Table really popping. But right now,
for sure,
we enjoy his presence here and we enjoy his takes on our channels. So yeah, thank you for expounding on that and really explaining that for people who might hold the narrative in their head that they think, Zack Snyder wasn't successful.
I'm gonna say this one last thing, right? Because anybody doubting this shit, I mean, the chat, they're probably 100% behind us. We're all Snyder heads, and a lot of us just like good films, right? Yeah. Man, anybody that's sitting here denying this, it's such bullshit. I don't care about semantics. I don't care about opinions. I don't care about feelings. I don't give a damn about any of that. In my real life, in my career, I don't give a shit about that. I'm all about data and numbers, things that I can observe and collect data on so that I can get paid. That's my life.
Yep.
So when I look at entertainment, I look at the numbers, and the numbers, no matter how you feel about Zack Snyder and his films, they say that the general audience connect to his films. $1 billion don't mean a damn thing to your little rhetoric, because we got $2 billion films one in Zack Snyder DCU and another one adjacent to it called Joker. So this whole $1 billion rhetoric is also garbage. We saw a universe that was climbing towards greater and greater success, and it got snatched away due to egos and the very same feelings and opinions that I don't give a damn about. I relinquish the mic again.
Nah, I agree. I agree with you, man. Scott, what's your takes on this, bro?
Man, look, Zach's been the fall guy this entire time.
Yes.
Look, how deep are we looking to go into this situation, Austin?
As deep as you want to go, bro. As deep as you want to go.
Because here's the thing, man. I've been saying for a long time that I think that Disney had something to do with what happened before. Whew. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really felt that way, right? Now, spoiler alert, I was talking to Necron earlier, right? You know what I'm saying? And we were sitting there and we just chatting on the phone, right? And we were talking about this situation. And it just hit me, man. The same shit just happened all over again, yo. Like, think about this. What would it take for them? I mean, because we spoke about it earlier, right? What would it take for a company that, they were pouring so much money into fixing these movies, right? And they just fucking turn the corner right at the last second, right? Like, when these types of things happen, like, who gains from this shit? WBD ain't gaining. Matter of
Someone
fact,
who would make an offer.
Matter of fact, they're losing money right now. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, yo, and just like it came up the other day, right? When Zach was pushed to the side, they brought in Joss Whedon right after to finish his movie or to bastardize it. This time it was James Gunn. You know what I'm saying? Another director from across the street, right?
It's starting to get
Right.
beyond coincidences, you know, like what?
Bro, Marvel is unequivocally at their lowest point that they've been at this entire time, right? That they've been making movies, right? The trust in the, you know what I'm saying, the quality that Marvel was, you know, putting out is at an all-time low, right? You have people saying, yo, they're really slipping. This content is slipping and everything, right? And then you have this little thing that comes along called Zack Snyder's Justice League, which makes all this fucking money, right? And it's the most obvious thing in the world to bring Zack back for a sequel, right? But what happens if you bring back Zack for a sequel? Do you think people are going to give a shit about what's going on? Like, yo, I don't think that people are going to be as invested if Zack Snyder is making DC movies, yo. Like, this shit is starting to seem like somebody does not want Zack Snyder making DC movies.
Can I add something to your point?
Does not, yeah. And if somebody does not want Zack Snyder making DC movies, we need to start asking, who the fuck is that? Because shit's getting spooky around here. Go ahead, Leon.
Just to add to your point of the MCU audience not caring, and general audience in general not caring, you're right. They came to their end game. What else do they have? This would be the perfect time for DC and WBD to give us something on an epic level, or even just something of quality, right? And them not doing it, very effing suspicious, right?
And especially after burying so much money into changing these things.
Right.
It makes no sense since they're so frugal with money that they spent all this money to say, nah, fuck that.
Right. A company that's in the red is still tinkering with Hamada Burger movies, right?
Bro,
and that is interesting, dude. Fellas.
Crazy, man. Bro, this shit is, no, man, it's like, it's getting spooky, bro. Like these people sunk all this money into doing these things, right? All this time, all this effort, all these reshoots, right? Bringing everybody back, getting Cavill back involved, right? You know what I'm saying? Doing all this. And then at the last second, bro, you get cold feet. See, and that's the thing. Last time they had Infinity War and Endgame coming down the line, there was no way that you could have a viable alternative to what they were going to be presenting, right? They were about to sink $1 billion into those movies. Just those two movies alone, right? They knew what they were building up to, right? Right? So you got those movies coming down the pipeline, right? Then once Zack Snyder's fucking script and ideas for these movies obviously made their way across the street once again, right? So, then you have you have an incentive for Zack Snyder's Justice League to never see the light of day, right? Because, hey, if this story was going to end up continuing, you know what I'm saying? Like how are we going to do that when we just stole the story for Endgame and Infinity War, right? Like, you know.
Yeah, and Civil War.
Yep. Hey, exactly. Civil War 2, right? Those movies are virtually the same. And people love to gloss over that point, right? Like how similar those two movies are. Right? And that was after BVS got pushed back too, by the way. But
can I give a brief history on that real quick after you're done? I just want to touch on that BVS point.
Yeah, no, it's just no, this whole thing has been like very weird for me because it's like the more that I think about it, the less sense that it makes that they would have already spent the money, right? Because it's like, look, even if that was the case, right? Yo, you already spent the money. Just throw whatever you can into that shit, and just put it out, and in that way, you can get what you can get from the Flash and Aquaman, right? And everybody won't be so pissed off. People might actually be more invested in going to go see those movies.
Yeah.
Right? The fact that they pulled the trigger this early and not only wasted all that money that you put into the reshoots for multiple fucking films, right? But now you've killed the momentum for these movies and their fucking release. And now they're not going to make anywhere near what they were going to make. This shit makes no financial sense whatsoever. And when something makes no financial sense whatsoever, you got to look at who's benefiting, because it's not WBD. So why the fuck is this going on?
It's almost as if they got a call from certain high-powered money-backing investors and said, stop this shit right now.
If I could jump on and follow the White Rabbit with you for a second. You know, at first when I saw Dwayne's comment, I was a little disappointed because this man is a, you know, A-list actor. He could have told James Gunn to, you know, shove it where the sun don't shine and just go after his ass, you know, like my boy Ray Fisher did. The thing that I thought was interesting in Dwayne Johnson's tweet is he said, James and I have known each other for years and have always rooted for each other to succeed. It's no different now, and I will always root for DC and Marvel to win and win big. Now, if James Gunn and The Rock are talking to each other, The Rock obviously wanted that big, you know, Rock versus Superman, Black Adam versus Superman fight. What if they're projecting, like it's been mentioned before, the DC versus the Marvel universe going head to head, and that's a big enough battle that Dwayne The Rock Johnson would want to reprise his role as Black Adam on?
Yeah. He did mention in that statement a little something about Marvel. It's like, why did you bring up Marvel?
In parentheses, and Marvel. I saw the same thing, and I was like, what?
What the fuck? Why did you even say that?
I was like, are you trying to be nice? And I was like, I don't know. It was kind of fishy.
Nah, man. Hey, yo, it's some weird shit going on right now, yo.
Yeah.
This situation, and you know, I'm pretty sure. See, man, we got to go deep down the rabbit hole again, guys. Damn, man.
Yeah, it's a bigger story than that. And Necron, I would ask for your opinion on this, but I think it'd be better on if we just moved on to the next topic, because I think we all we have to dive deeper into the. I mean, yes, it was successful. Zack Snyder's DC in comparison, that is a fact. And I think we'd be better off hearing your comments on the upcoming stream that we'll get into at the end of this. But to keep it moving and to get your opinion, and I really want to hear what you think about this, being that you're the eldest statesman here. What do we want for Elseworlds, and what do you want for Elseworlds? It's rumored that we could get like single one-off stories from Zack Snyder there, or that he could possibly finish off and do a Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 there. But what do you want to see from Elseworlds? Would you want it to be linear? Would you want these movies to connect? What are you thinking for Elseworlds, Necron?
What am I thinking? I'm thinking if the original Justice League would have succeeded, they would have said, oh, it was, you know, all Joss Whedon who came in and did everything, you know, it's all about him. But if it fails, oh, it's, you know, it's in one of them Zack Snyder films, you know, let's blame him. It was a double fucking setup. Either way, he couldn't win. So okay, so Elseworlds, it's cool, whatever, you know. I don't really want all of a sudden, you know, my fucking Zack Snyder timeline, some Elseworld timeline, because I know better. This is the real timeline. So yeah, you know, it'll be cool if they, you know, throw these characters in Elseworld situations, but you know, it's just What If by a different name. It's not as grandiose.
Yeah,
I will say. You know, it's just multiverse characters, and then that shit's always fun. You know, you can have a good time with that, but it's not to me like the main timeline, the main universe,
Mhm.
and it's almost to me an insult to throw Zack's stuff into this throwaway universe. So I don't care. I mean, I'm not going to take it serious. Oh, I'm getting an Elseworld Black Adam. Whoopee. I'm getting an Elseworld Henry Cavill Superman. Whoopee.
Yeah.
And then they'll say, what if Zack directs it? You know what? I don't think Zack's coming back to direct shit from DC at this point.
That's how I feel.
And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But he's seen this play out how many times? And how many times you think he's going to want to deal with this crap in his life?
Yeah, it'd be one thing if they treated the actors that he hired for his universe with any sliver of respect, but they don't.
You don't think they're all talking on the phone how Henry got humiliated?
Right.
It's bullshit.
And
why would anyone want to come back to that? Oh, because they had a cordial conversation with this skinny ass fucking dweeb.
Oh, I know why. Because they, fucking dump truck full of money will fix all that.
Well, yeah.
If they got it, but
Hey,
I'm not
for
sure.
real.
I'm not so sure they do that for an Elseworlds project. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
Bro,
Sky does bring in a good point. Money seems to change everything, so
It does.
it has to be a big dump truck.
It does, unless your name is James Gunn. But for some reason, money doesn't really affect that guy. And how
Well,
his
people like to
movies
spend
do.
money
Oh,
on
man.
him, even though he ain't making money,
Exactly. Exactly. But
which makes no sense in the regular financial world. But in Hollywood, why not?
it makes no sense. Necron, it is 1:30. Do you need to leave, or are you gonna stick around for a little bit?
If we're almost done, I'll stick around, dude.
Okay, Chad. We got Necron. Everyone say thanks, Necron, for sticking around for us.
Hashtag thanks, Necron.
Thanks, Necron. Everyone say thanks.
Hashtag we let Necron speak, y'all.
We let him
thanks, brother.
speak.
And with that, I'll see you later.
Yeah,
Right.
He just pieces out.
He's like, I did talk, didn't I? I'm out.
I did. Oh, he cleans his hands. He's like, oh, I'm done here. But before we do continue to go forward, I thought he was about to peace out, so that's why I wanted to move forward with what do we want for Elseworlds. But before we go to the Elseworlds, let's go back in the past real quick. And Leon, can you give us your brief history of BVS that you wanted to go over?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure Snyder heads know what's up, but like the whole debacle when it came to Zack being the fall guy kind of started with Man of Steel. There was a lockout of creatives, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Christopher Nolan, he pretty much told Zack Snyder, "Hey, keep these freaking comic book nerds out of the picture because they'll try to interfere with your projects and put in their input." And so Zack Snyder followed suit. Christopher Nolan protected him during Man of Steel. That's how Man of Steel came about the way it did. The only notes that were passed along, really, were between Zack and Chris. Zack asked Chris what he thought about the neck break scene. Chris said, "I don't know." He let it play out. Chris said, "You know what? Shit's crazy. I don't know if I'd do it, but I get it." Fast forward to BVS. BVS scripts being put together. The nerds came in. That's when DC Studios, or DC Films at the time, was born. Jeff Johns and other little goofy ass motherfuckers started to take over, and they tried to push their way in more and more. Zack didn't really have as much help with BVS that he did with Man of Steel because Chris Nolan was doing other projects, and he wanted to leave Zack to his own devices.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Nolan, he kind of got tired of Warner Brothers and the DC end of it. You can kind of tell. Anyway, the script had Metallo and other elements, right? Warner Brothers kept giving Zack notes, and they wanted Justice League, like something to fast track to Justice League, along with Batman, obviously. So Zack sprinkled in some Justice League elements, Metallo. It was going to be a different film altogether, maybe even along the lines of like a classic Batman meets Superman kind of situation, right? Not necessarily the political thriller that we got.
Yeah.
Again, Jeff Johns involved. Jeff Johns at the time was touting that he's very close to Kevin Feige, that they were roommates at one point, and he looked up to Kevin Feige. And that's not even a joke. Like he literally would
No,
say
I
like
know,
they
it's
live
just
together.
funny though, because like
It's weird, right?
yeah, that dweeb mentality. It's like, oh, I was friends
Mhm.
with him once, so that fucking
Right.
does what to your credibility? You're
Correct.
like, what?
And Jeff Johns used to tout all the time that he was a big Richard Donner guy, and he loved Donner. He would always talk to Richard Donner because he was Richard Donner's assistant. That's kind of how he got into Hollywood, Jeff Johns, right? So, Jeff Johns, the theory is that because he was trying to phase and push Zach out, that he was giving Kevin Feige notes on what BVS was supposed to be about. When the Russo brothers would go on interviews, they would vehemently say that Batman versus Superman was a huge inspiration for Civil War. Batman versus Superman didn't even come out yet. How could that movie be an inspiration?
Yeah,
it was still in development. So fast forward, the script takes heavy rewrites due to mysterious reasons. Those mysterious reasons I just illustrated, right? Script takes heavy rewrites. Ben Affleck, once he's cast, he's pissed off about the situation. He hires Chris Terrio. The story is that when Ben Affleck saw the script, he wanted the script to be spruced up and, you know, beefed up by Chris Terrio. No, what happened was they needed somebody to rewrite this bad boy because a bunch of information got leaked out. No more Metallo. The man that got his legs messed up, he was supposed to be Metallo.
Thanks.
It's supposed to be a whole other situation. So Chris Terrio got brought on board, and it literally became like an Oscar-level political thriller at that point. Script got beefed up. It got changed to like a philosophical meeting of the minds, and meeting of the battlefield, and BVS theatrical is born, you know, and also Ultimate. So I said all that to say this: Zack Snyder, and what he represents with his films have been getting bombarded with bullshit since almost day one.
Before day one, almost.
Yeah.
Bro,
I'm gonna tell you one more detail too before y'all say this. This is gonna make y'all scratch your head. Sorry to interrupt. Before Man of Steel, after The Dark Knight Rises, or during the tail end of The Dark Knight Rises, there was this rhetoric on what they were gonna do with DC, right? Jeff Johns was on several interviews. He for so long, this little dweeb has been trying to be the man. He was on several interviews when he was chief creative officer, saying that DC does not need to get into the universe realm. DC does well with solos. We're currently working on a Superman film. This is before Christopher Nolan was even announced, and you know, we're excited about it, etc. The reason they were even working on it is because they were going to lose the rights to Superman, because every so often they need to make a Superman movie. Yep. Anyway, Jeff Johns was going around telling everybody solo this, solo that. So he's a company guy. He'll go whatever the fucking company says. Yeah. Solo movies, solo movies, solo movies. Well, everybody was looking at the Avengers come out in the same year that Dark Knight Rises was dropping. This motherfucker was talking about solo this, solo that. And people were like, what? So then Chris Nolan came on and he was like, I want Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder came on. And Jeff Johns got annoyed because he thought he was going to be one of the guys to help with them scripts and help give input, because he was chief creative officer of DC at the time. And they were like, nah, same way we told your ass, nah, during the Dark Knight trilogy. We didn't need you. And the Dark Knight trilogy was the first $1 billion superhero trilogy. So why would we need your ass? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he goes from Mr. Solo this, solo that to, oh man, DC Universe, guys. Yeah. That's a head scratcher to me. Little company dweeb, little company nerd, Jeff Johns. Anyway, so yeah, you're right. Before day one, there was problems. When you said that, you made me think of that little history.
Yeah. No, I'm glad that you brought that up, because a lot of people don't know all these little intricate details that are so well known by hardcore Snyder fans, and even like new fans don't know about this shit. They may be like, wow, that they fucked up that movie that much and it still came out that good. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. But let's continue with what do we want for Elseworlds. And Corey, since you're a featured guest on here, let me get your take. What do you want for Elseworlds? What do you think is going to happen as far as what's speculated? And will you even care when we get to this point?
Man, I guess I'm going back to kind of what I said. I don't trust James Gunn's ass, man. I don't believe what he says. I'm still trying to wrap my head around what he said with Elseworlds, So here's how I kind of take it. I thought Zaslav and Gunn were wanting to create a kind of a one universe storyline similar to Marvel. So that doesn't really make sense.
Ain't that what they said?
One cohesive universe. So
Yes.
Keywords we've heard
Exactly.
all fucking year. Yes.
And now we're hearing Elseworlds. So therefore, when I hear Elseworlds, it's just me hearing James Gunn bullshitting. And if the Elseworlds are actively happening, why cut Cavill as Superman? Why cut scenes from The Flash? And why cut scenes from Aquaman? So when I see Gunn respond to somebody and Gunn says that the Elseworlds are, again, actively happening, to me, how I read that is it's basically going to be his lame-ass excuse on why Peacemaker and his dumbass Suicide shit remains. That's what I see with the Elseworlds. Because otherwise, then there was no reason to get rid of Henry Cavill Superman to change up these and cut the scenes from The Flash. He specifically said actively happening. What's actively happening that we know about? Peacemaker season 2, his stupid ass shit. So he's a fucking liar. I don't trust the dude.
I agree. And I don't know if this is said in your guys' neck of the woods, but growing up, we always had this saying CYA, which is cover your ass, which I think this Elseworlds mention is just a cover your ass by James Gunn, just in case his shit flops, he can cover his ass with other Elseworlds projects. But I here's the issue with that, man. Like, people will only be manipulated and strung along for so long. So they have to be very careful with what they do with that. It's not like you're gonna create new fans and build a fandom with one-off movies over and over again. And that's why the one cohesive universe worked so well for Marvel. If you want a Marvel versus DC universe, though, the people who have been fans of the Marvel universe for so long, they're not gonna want to see the reboot version of Superman face off against whoever they have, like for Iron Man or Captain America or whatever that is. They're gonna want to see Chris Evans versus fucking Henry Cavill, and it's gonna be a downgrade if it's anything else. So, that's what I have to say about Elseworlds as well, as far as that goes. I agree with you. I think it's bullshit. I think it's just smoke in the air. I think it's just something to keep people who aren't immediately knee-jerked off of this DC cinematic fandom, like a lot of people
dangling carrot.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time, dude.
Bring
I'm
them
so
along.
sick of this shit. Yep.
Exactly. That's exactly what that is.
Maybe we'll put it over here then. Stick around.
Yeah, then the trust is just at absolutely rock bottom. There's no trust. There's absolutely no trust. We don't trust him at all. And I agree completely with Corey's sentiment. Skywalker, what do you think? Are you excited for these Elseworlds? Do you think any of the projects that were announced are going to happen? Like, let me throw this to you. If they did a Red Sun project with Henry Cavill, one, do you think he'd come for it? And two, would you want to go see it?
No, and probably not. Look, here's the thing, right? I'm gonna be honest, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm a little bit more hopeful than you guys are, just for this specific reason. Warner Brothers, at least recently, because I gotta go by what just happened, right?
Yep.
They seem to be very reactionary, right? Let's just say that the Black Adam box office did make them fucking hit a left turn in the middle of traffic, right? Say, right, we turning this thing around, right? And they just did a U-turn, right? I mean, could the backlash have possibly shown them like, yo, this shit was stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way that fire James Gunn trending in the fucking Twitterverse in perpetuity, right? This shit's getting on Fox News now, ABC
20,000
talking about
tweets
it
daily.
right? And everybody's pissed off. This kind of reminds me of that moment, like when I told y'all when Henry Cavill got booed on stage, and it looked like David Zaslav called his phone and was like, bruh, go over there and go tell the people that Henry Cavill is Superman. You know what I'm saying? You see now, it's like right after, just literally like the day before, the company line was like, yo, everything is going to take place in one studio. You got all this big ass backlash going on right after my stream. The next day, James Gunn over there liking tweets talking about Elseworlds. Right? So here's the thing. I'm not saying let up off these motherfuckers by no stretch of the imagination. But would it surprise me that them being this reactionary, like, you know what I'm saying, that they might be trying to hedge their bets now because of this massive backlash?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Like, this shit's huge, bro. Like, dude, it's not just us. Like, bro, this shit is everywhere, yo.
Yeah. Well, let me just to cut you off, and I want you to continue after this, but here's the one interesting part about all of this. Who owns Fox and ABC News? Disney.
Mm-hmm.
So isn't it interesting that they're covering the downfall of a company? Just saying. Interesting to think about.
Bro, this shit, bro.
Okay, CNN. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, that's right. I had to think. They don't own Fox.
Yeah.
Fox still owns Fox.
These two specifically, though. I mean, I saw Fox. I didn't see the ABC News one, but those two specifically is very interesting to see why they're commenting on this DC stuff.
I'm just saying, man, just like last time, we were on the cusp of some great shit.
Yep.
And then they just do something that's inexplicable.
Like, right? What the fuck just happened?
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And then history just fucking repeated itself. Right? We're on the cusp of getting some great shit, and then all of a sudden something inexplicable just happens.
Yeah, it doesn't
right?
Yeah.
Hey, here is a real question that I want to ask to the panel and to the chat. Do you guys feel like Marvel would be held in the regard that it is if Zack Snyder had gotten to finish his fucking movies?
Not a chance.
No.
This is like
a real competition. Yeah, they would have real competition.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, fucking Captain America 3 would have been Serpent Society.
Correct.
Yes, changed her course. Yeah, you got it.
Right?
I think there's.
They're like, oh, that's a good idea. We'll have them fight each other.
I think there still would have been that group of people that, love their Marvel side of things and this, shit that I don't like. But I think the general audience, maybe even the Marvel fans themselves, would have been like, okay, DC has a, cohesive, coherent, and pretty cool universe like ours, instead of, most people, when I talk to people who don't follow this shit on the daily, they're like, yeah, what the fuck is going on with DC? I have no fucking clue.
Corey, that has been baked into people's psyche because of the reaction to a BVS movie that had 30 minutes of critical plot points removed from it, and a fucking Justice League movie that was butchered to high hell. Zack Snyder's Justice League was overwhelmingly received positively by the fans.
Yeah,
overwhelmingly
by the general audience. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's what I meant.
Another thing that's received positively, overwhelmingly positive, is our homie El Necron, who has to make his departure. So everyone, again, say thanks, Necron. Thank you for being here, homie. Go get some sleep. Go take care of your washer. We appreciate you being here, bro. Thank you.
Oh, it's
All
a
right.
pleasure, Necro.
Thanks for having me on, as usual. I'll be back with the cool table. I got early work in the morning.
Yeah.
Love you
All
guys.
right,
All right,
Necro.
later, man.
Possible later,
Take care,
homie.
bro.
All right, later, guys.
Possible sighting of Necron on my channel on Saturday, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you need to finish off what you were saying, Skywalker?
Yeah, because like the general audience's response to that movie was incredible, yo. Even the people in my life that I know that's like huge Marvel fans, they even said, even if it wasn't better than like Infinity War, they was like, it's on that par.
Right.
That was just the beginning of the yo. That movie was the end of one trilogy and the beginning of another one.
Absolutely.
Right.
I mean, our
And
friend
so-
Jade said the same thing below, right here. The same thing. Same exact thing, dude.
Oh, yeah. See, hey, that's where I was heading. And so it's like
Literally.
that's really what happened. And so when you have a movie like that, because just think about that. That shit was supposed to come out before Infinity War, yo.
Yeah, yep. That would have killed it. It
Yep.
would have killed Infinity War's sales too, because everyone's like, "Whoa, what's DC doing over here?" And it would have fucked up
Bruh.
their story because the story's too similar.
Dude,
To
that's
add to
I'm
what you're saying about the
there's
Surface
no
Society
way
thing.
that movie, there's no way that those movies are still like fucking just unquestioned like the peak of comic book cinema. There's no way, bro, that goes on if these fucking movies come out like they were supposed to.
Hey, let me add this real quick to your point.
Go ahead, Leon. Yeah.
Just briefly. So the Surface Society thing, right? Which added to my explanation about what happened with BVS in the script. So think about how pointless Civil War was. You know, pretty good movie or whatever. But like, what became of Hydra? That entire plot line is pointless. It does nothing to the rest of the films.
Yeah, you're so right. Dude.
Nothing to the rest of it doesn't change the landscape of Marvel at all. It
They
doesn't
didn't connect
jack
that to shit.
to nothing. Like we thought after that it was gonna be like, oh snap, like it's gonna do a drastic change, bro. Like everything's gonna be different. All it did was do this thing where like, oh, the Avengers, they're broken up. They're not really together. And it's like you didn't really feel the weight of that at all, and you didn't see the ramifications of that in other films. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Pointless.
Yeah, no, it's some point, and why did they do that? Is because they got a hold of Zack Snyder's idea and how he was going to bring in a cinematic universe together.
Well, because they wanted it to be a political thriller in a sense.
Exactly.
That's why they did all that Black Panther politics. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And they had that world meeting, and then they had like the Sokovia Accords and all that shit.
Right.
I would have had no fit had they not got a hold of some of the plans that Zack Snyder was doing. Because obviously
there were so many plot holes, right? Like, oh my God, Zemo was planning this. Okay, so was he in on the Sokovia Accords and shit, right? Like, what the fuck? Like how was that part of his plan? I mean, because that was the huge catalyst for this whole shit. But yet, how did he, like, what? Was that part of his plan? You know what I'm saying? Like,
did he plant that camera on the tree that just so happened to see that car accident where
back in the fucking 80s or whenever the hell it happened, bro? It's some random
that caught his parents getting slain. Like that's so. I was like, what?
Yeah, how do we get that good of video quality back in the day like that?
Random back road somewhere, man. Come on, yo.
Right. That happened outside of that center that's in the Stranger Things. That's like the only place where they have technology like that in the 80s, bro. Like, what the fuck are they doing? Right. Yeah, it's so random. And country road accident happens. Like, that there's no camera out there, bro. What the fuck? That's so dumb. But yeah, I agree with you. There's so many plot holes in it to make no sense. Obviously, you know, if you're gonna tie it together and make it make sense, you wouldn't have these plot holes. You wouldn't have introduced those things in the first movie if they weren't going to connect. If things hadn't changed, obviously those things would make more sense. But that's why Zack Snyder's movies they make sense from the get-go, and there's no change over time. Like the changes that we hear about, we don't hear about until afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like with the whole thing with BVS, we didn't know what the original story was going to be until a long time afterwards. But even then, it's like, whoa, we still love the one we got. Like he still made it fucking work, and he made it connect seemingly to Man of Steel, which like that's a wonder of its own. But I digress with that. As far as Necron just left, so thank you, chat, for saying thanks, Necron. And Sickness had the piece, and Law had to go. So I appreciate them coming through. I appreciate everyone still sticking around for us because we are almost done. But Leon, did you give your opinion on what you want to see for Elseworlds, and are you even going to care?
Yet.
Oh yeah. Okay. So let me hear what you have to say about Elseworlds, my friend. What do you expect? What do you want? And like I said, I have this question because I remember Mikey asking it and bringing it up. What if Henry Cavill came back for a Red Sun movie? Would you be interested in that? And oh yeah, since it's your turn to go for solidarity, go ahead, Leon. What you got?
Hey, I was coming right back though.
What do I expect? I don't know. I kind of mirror you guys' sentiments on not trusting James and this kind of being like a just in case scenario where if his shit doesn't work out, they can just kind of pivot. Elseworlds has always been, I was telling Scott this, Elseworlds has always been, I think, my favorite thing about DC when I was a kid. When I used to see that logo, I used to get excited. I love the alternate. Oh my God, yes. I love the alternate versions of DC characters because I know I'm going to get something outside of the continuity, which is very strict and stringent depending on the era, right?
Yeah.
You can't really pivot away from what they got going on.
It's something different.
Because some of it as a kid who was very deep in the lore, you know, I know that it can get convoluted. Mm-hmm. And so when I get something like a Kingdom Come, where it's like, oh my God, that's a potential future, or I get something like a Gotham by Gaslight, or Batman versus Predator, something crazy like that, is I don't have to worry about the strict rules of the continuity. Right. You know, but with that, you know, I disagree with the sentiment that Zack Snyder being in an Elseworlds project and bringing all the characters and actors along with him. I disagree that would be a watered down version, or not watered down, but it would be a lesser version or a slap in the face. I'm a fan of Elseworlds, and I look at Elseworlds as a lot of them are the pinnacle of DC writing. The Dark Knight Returns is an Elseworld. Watchmen is technically an Elseworld.
Kingdom Come is an Elseworld too, right?
Yeah,
talking
absolutely.
Like it's more of like a sandbox type of deal.
Correct.
Like it for Elseworlds.
Right. And
it has to be done right though, because if it like, and I agree with what you're saying, it has to be done right though. It can't be just an excuse for Peacemaker season 2 and whatever James wants, you know.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, finishing, you know, from my perspective of it, if, you know, obviously if done right, like you're saying, I think that, I mean, because that would be the only reason Zack would come back. It would have to be like he's reassured this is going to be done right. I think it would be the most epic, grandiose experience that we would get in DC, because it wouldn't be tied down to, you know, a 10-year plan. I think that was another reason why Man of Steel, BVS, ZSJL worked, right?
Yeah.
It worked because Zack had a finite idea of where he wanted the DC universe to go. And at the end of his idea, he was going to plan for room for a reboot all along. Since day one, when he started getting messed with, he's a big team player. So he would adjust and adjust and adjust and adjust.
That's why this shit is so stupid, Leon.
That's
why it's so fucking stupid. We're at this point, Joe. I'm sorry. I'm back. This shit is so dumb.
I get it. Because
this shit is so dumb. it was just sinking in that this shit's like over with. And I got upset all over again. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
you're
listening to you
you're
talk, and I'm
fine.
like, bro, like
And
what the
trust me,
fuck happened, bro?
I hear
Now we're
you.
talking about Elseworlds, Red Sun. Are we
I
fucking
hear
serious right now, bro?
I hear you and Corey, and I mirror your sentiment on that it's bullshit.
Red
And
Sun.
that's why I don't bet on this Elseworlds thing coming along. You know, when we were
Yeah.
doing this whole topic thing, that's one thing that I was saying. I don't even know if I left it out, but I was just saying to myself, I don't know if I put it in the chat, but I was like, this shit's not gonna happen, bro. It's James Gunn. He's
Yeah.
doing this Elseworlds thing for the same reason that Corey was kind of mentioning, right?
CYA.
Yeah, man. It's like he's just trying to, protect himself and have a little parachute. Would I love for there to be an Elseworlds? And I ain't talking Red Sun. I don't. When I mean Elseworlds, I don't necessarily mean they have to do a Kingdom Come or they have to do a. To me, it still has to look like their classic, iconic selves, right?
Yeah.
Like what we saw in BVS.
Yep.
That suit was the classic, iconic suit. Superman suit was the classic, iconic suit.
Yep.
But are we gonna get that under James Gunn when he just booted everybody off the island? There goes that trigger word. Like, no, we ain't gonna get that, man. We ain't gonna get that. No, we ain't gonna get no Elseworld, man. You know what I mean?
Nah, I agree.
And if we did, where would it go?
Where would it go, and how big of a budget would it be? That's what I
Bruh,
think.
they've been pushing one universe this whole time, bruh.
One
Right.
cohesive universe.
I think that is something that's very key in all this,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because
Absolutely.
now Elseworlds are introduced.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's hilarious? Right underneath right now, and I'm sure you guys do this too. If you guys go live streaming, I don't know if you guys pull up the stream on your phone just to keep track of other things and see how it looks and whatever. But I always have my stream on my phone right here, and right underneath my video, what is advertised? The Suicide Squad movie that you could watch or buy or rent on YouTube apparently, but I just think that's hilarious that that's being advertised right now and not the most recent movie that just went on HBO Max. But just saying, what?
Really?
Yeah.
I just checked. Mine's Zack Snyder's Justice League. No shit.
Really? That's
Let me see
hilarious.
what mine is.
Yeah.
Let me show you, boys.
No, you know what's crazy?
That's underneath
When I-
mine right now.
Yeah, mine is on Zack Snyder's Justice League.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I wish
Yep.
mine was Zack Snyder's Justice League, but for some reason they think I want to watch the fucking shit squad.
We know
But-
your true intentions to get Austin. You're a Gunverse boy. It's okay.
He's a Trojan horse.
Yeah,
No,
Trojan
you know
horse.
why?
So,
You know
the
why?
Trojan horse
I
to the
think-
cool table.
I think that has to do more. I think that has to do more with age, and no offense to you guys, but I am the youngest one here.
The fuck?
Oh, yeah, what the fuck is
I said
right?
no offense, bro.
God,
I said no
stupid.
offense. Bro, don't be
Bruh,
mad at
when
dude, don't be
somebody
mad at
says no
demographics.
offense,
Don't be
when
mad at
somebody says
demographics.
no offense,
Don't be mad at
it's usually
demographics, bro.
followed. Hey, when somebody says no offense, it's usually followed by some offensive shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's
Like,
only offensive if you take it offensively. Okay.
well, I
say
did.
No offense.
Yeah.
Dude, the dude is a couple
I love
years older
Austin,
than me,
bro.
and I just say I'm the youngest one here.
How old are you, Austin?
I'm 29. I know
Oh,
I'm the
it's
youngest
more
one
than a
here because
couple.
we've talked about this
It's more than a
before.
couple.
Yeah,
It's more than a couple.
exactly. I was trying to be nice now, and now I can't be nice, bro. What the fuck?
Think about
I
this.
can't
Let me
fucking
ask
win with
y'all a
you,
question
bro.
about this Elseworld shit,
When
right?
you were 24, Austin,
Mm.
do you not feel vastly different now?
Nah, bro. I don't.
You don't? Oh, yeah, because you know how to back your ass into a corner. You know what I'm saying?
well, no, because half your message got cut off, so I didn't hear you. But
I said,
when I was
when you
24
were 24, do you feel vastly different now from then?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Way different.
so you would suspect that trend would just keep going, right?
I don't know what we're trying to say, bro. All
Never
I'm
mind.
getting at-
Go ahead.
All I'm getting
Go
at
ahead,
is
keep
that
going.
I am younger than you guys, so I think that's why they
Right.
put the Suicide Squad on my advertising rather than Zack Snyder's Justice League, because
Yeah, because
obviously
that's your
they're try-
demographic. That's what
the-
y'all motherfuckers watch.
that's what they're
The
trying to
Suicide
say that my
Squad.
generation watches. But the thing is I don't have personalized ads for my Google, so it literally just doing it probably by my age and what is on my YouTube right now, which is fucking Fire James Gunn. So the James Gunn keyword pops up, and they give me the most recent movie that he's done.
What's interesting about that ad and the potential demographic is that how do they collect data on a demographic when no one watched that movie anyway?
Why are they pushing it so hard? Weird.
This is what I was going to ask you about Elseworlds. Because this topic is annoying. It's really annoying. I was actually looking away from the screen. Now I see Skywalker's annoying too. It's a triggering topic, right? I just got a question.
I don't know how we got here, bro. Like I'm just confused.
How would y'all even think it would even look like? Because in order for it to even work, they just either have to dump a bunch of money into ZSJL2 or do some solos that lead up to it. And they could do that with what they're doing now.
They should have done that now.
So does it come in the form of HBO Max? Like I'm very confused about.
I'm confused, bro.
This dude talking about Elseworld. Yeah, that's what we're working on right now, guys.
But that's the thing. If Elseworlds is actively being worked on, then why did we fire Henry Cavill? You know, and I agree with what Sky's saying. Like, if they can backtrack, I want to see some legitimate action from WBD, from Zaslav, from the board, and that's firing James Gunn. I don't even want to see that motherfucker slate, bro. Like, get the fuck out.
I agree. And yeah, we were talking about
these
Cavill
movies
or
out,
Gunn.
man.
That's what we thought was going to happen. Everything that you just stated, though, for Elseworlds to possibly build up to a bigger Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 is what we thought they were going to do right now. And that's what they planned we're going to do, give the Snyderverse one last hurrah. We would obviously probably have the Man of Steel 2 film before that. And then the Flash and Aquaman 2 would connect to it. So those would be lead up films leading up to that shit, and who knows what the untitled DC movie may be. At this point, I think it's going to be like a Ratcatcher or a fucking Polka Dot Man movie, and the only reason why it's untitled right now is so they didn't have everyone freak out before they announced the reboot. But it's not.
Nah, man, they said that was Mike DeLuca, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Fucking A,
but
dude. It's gonna
who
be,
knows if they're even gonna keep, dude. I'm so confused.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, and I think the only clarity we're gonna have is what we're gonna finish off this little episode with, which is we gotta go deep on James Gunn, and
go deep.
That is not happening tonight. But it is going to happen in the future. And if you guys know what go deep means, you know that's a shout out to our friend Peely, Mr. West Ashley. And he's been talking to us and talking to Sky about, covering this topic more in depth to really explain it. Because like Sky always says, make it make sense. And this just doesn't. The hiring of James Gunn doesn't make sense. The move to get rid of Henry doesn't make sense. No matter how you guys want to rationalize and be like, well, I understand they want to. No, it doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't make any sense. No matter which way you slice it and dice it, it doesn't make any sense to me. But Sky, what can we look forward to with this stream?
Yo, much love for plugging this thing as you just did, Austin. Right, but I got another stream coming up featuring the Cool Table. It is going to be over on Go Deep TV. You know what I'm saying? We are going to be talking about this James Gunn topic, and it is going to be quite the conversation. I cannot wait until we can put this together for you guys. It should be coming up very soon. be on standby for details, because I think that this topic really, really deserves us to delve really, really deep into this thing and really try to figure out what's going on, because something just feels fishy. You know what I'm saying? Like it just something is amiss right now.
If you will.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, there's something going on, and I just feel like we're at a place where we need to start diving into why this really probably happened. So it's going to be dope, and I suggest you guys stay on the lookout for that. I will be letting you guys know pretty soon when we'll be getting that ready for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And then
Absolutely.
Jade, if we ever got Gunn on the cool table, we're just gonna roast his ass. And
oh my god!
And listen. And again, this is no shot at our homie here down below me, but I bet you James Gunn wouldn't even cam up that beta motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't even cam up.
But I would.
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
I would.
That's what me on cam up.
Oh yes, sir. Suited up, cigar in mouth, chilling in the leather chair.
And I would just see you like lean over and put your hands together. So, James, let me ask you about this.
Straight up. Before we close out, I want to say this thing that it just came to mind, man. I want everybody in the chat, everybody watching on the replay crew, everybody in the panel, think about this, man. Think about all the fans that may or may not have been a part of the experience of Man of Steel and Zack Snyder's DCU in the beginning that went and now they're doing videos, right? They're Marvel fans. They're people who don't even really watch Cape shit. All these different types of people, different demographics, different ages, blah, 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 who are doing like YouTube reactions and video essays and reviews on Man of Steel. I'm talking before Henry got booted and now maybe even after. Think about all these people that they left hanging, man. Not even just like the Snyder fans and the deep diehard comic book fans, the deep diehard DC fans. We're talking people who, like, there was this girl the other day that she was like, I'm doing a review on Man of Steel. I've never seen it. I've seen a lot of the Marvel movies, but I've never seen Man of Steel because I heard it was too dark. She's sitting there watching it. She's, excited, just going nuts. Like, oh my God, that was such a great movie. Then she moved on to BVS and started crying during some of it. Look at the impact of BVS and how it feeds people after the fact, man. These movies are still nourishing and edifying people's appetites to this day, bro. And they just left all that potential on the table. And actually, they threw it in the trash. Think about it, man.
Crazy, brother. It's crazy, man.
Man of Steel 2. Think of
crazy.
The epic trailer that could have dropped for Man of Steel 2 and how many people would have been going ape shit when they hear that score. Think about it, man.
Wait, but look, not only just that, but to give it up for a motherfucker who last project lost over $100 million. This shit make it make sense, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, technically his last project only did YouTube numbers, 700,000. Yeah, trash, bro.
But you're so right about that, and that's what I mentioned the other day. Is it doesn't make sense.
And now we're talking about Red Sun.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense that.
Wow, James Gunn get to be out here making his fucking Superman who gonna have in red underwear. Y'all know he gonna have them.
Yeah. Oh, I told you that, and I told you if he has him on to begin with, he'll probably get made fun of in some fucking corny ass way, and then he'll take him off, and that'll be like how he looks cool now because he'll get made fun of his underwear by some dumbass comment in the background. And Leon mentioned how they do that in the comics. But in the I think that's the more recent ones now too. But anyways,
yeah, the ones that Bendez did that no one bought.
The $100 million. Took $100 million bath. $100 million bath.
Yeah. But yeah, I said that though too. It's like there's some companies that would give any check amount to get a built-in fan base like Zack Snyder has and DC has with these Zack Snyder movies. And the fact that Man of Steel has been out long enough to where people like, wait, let me check that out and see how it is. And then they fall in love with it. And then they're like, oh shit, superhero movies can be done like this. This isn't what I thought DC was. And then they fall back into it. And then all of their friends that are fans of MCU shit, they put on to DC. And then that's how you get Marvel fans, not the other way around by making DC like Marvel. You have to offer them a competitive product, not a comparable one. Because if they can get the comparable one, they're going to go with the one that's trusted and has been around and has proven itself time and time again, not the one that,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
we all want our alternatives to what we watch. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
we watch something that makes us laugh and we can text and make out with our girlfriends in the movies. And then we want to go see something that we have to pay attention to. That's just how life is.
Yeah. The making everything the same is not how you differentiate yourself or innovate in any way.
Just like I want to go watch Cocaine Bear. You understand? I also made sure that I went to the fucking movie theater to go watch Tenet, even though that shit was I had to go to the drive-thru and shit to try to watch that shit the first time. Real talk.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, it's great to have options and alternatives, but we want real options and alternatives.
Right. And Jay, just so you know, this is something that Mikey Sutton has been saying for years, that eventually that they do want to sell to have that DC Marvel crossover. And I think it's probably where Zod got it from. We've been hearing that for years from Mikey. That's and anyone who's logical thinker, obviously, that's something that, you know, could be in the plans. And obviously, it's pretty obvious. You don't have to be a genius to figure this out. The Rock mentioning Marvel in his statement just furthers all of that. And then James Gunn coming to DC to begin with. That's where you could have started that line of thinking. But yeah, they will come knocking. I agree, Snyder. It just depends on whether or not that bag is big enough to get you back. Because I think at that point you're gonna have your own universe on Netflix that people are gonna want to be buying. And I think also something that wasn't mentioned tonight is I think that Zack Snyder will end up directing a Warhammer film at some point for Henry Cavill. I mean, why the fuck not? But I agree. The cosplaying Kryptonian, Zack was and is ahead of his time. That's why most people didn't understand his movies and still don't. But when they go back, they're all like, "Oh, that's what he meant. That's what he meant." But yeah, Mikey is the GOAT.
I'm sorry, y'all. It's just hard for me to face y'all when we could have had fucking Man Steel 2, and now we talking about Red Sun.
I know, dude. It's not.
You know what I'm saying? Like
it's not even like.
This shit just bugged me out here.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. It's just something I had to throw out to you because we were talking about the Elseworlds. Because
but it's true. It's true. It's true, and that shit might be a reality. And it's fucking unfortunate, man.
It is. But to make sense of all of these things, like we said, Sky. I don't know if the rest of us will necessarily be there, but definitely Skywalker and our homie Peely, Mr. Wes Ashley, will be talking about this James Gunn topic and definitely explaining it in further detail and help the rest of us.
I think the Cool Table got the invite.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
The Cool Table did the invite.
Yeah.
I just don't know when it's gonna be. It hasn't been announced yet for us necessarily.
For
sure. So I don't know if I'm gonna be free for it or not or whatever goes on.
Hey, I'll try to see if I can swing and get Super Bro on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it would be great to
might have a lot to say.
Great to have him on there as well. And the cosplaying Kryptonian had to peace out. Don't worry, we're peacing out soon too. Let me get everyone's last comments. I think Sky already gave them. Super Bro.
Yeah,
I'm being here, bro. Thank you for being here, bro. What's coming up for you? What are you looking forward to? And how do you feel about everything we talked about tonight, man?
Yeah, man. Good, awesome, man. I can't tell you how happy I am for you, buddy.
Oh,
you made 100 subscribers, dude. The first 100 is absolutely an amazing feeling, and it's so well deserved, man. You do fantastic things for everybody in this community. your show is just always, even in the the times where it's sad and there's not much hope out there, you still bring that light and that content that chicken noodle soup content that we need to make
The hardiness.
feel good about everything that's going on, whether it's the good times or the bad times. You got to get that Good Austin channel going. So
Thank you.
make sure, if you haven't subscribed yet, definitely subscribe to my boy, the Good Austin. But thank you again for the invite. Thank you so much to the Cool Table. Absolutely love all of you guys, and huge supporters of you all. Not sure what's going on the Bat channel right now. Trey's been in the process of moving. He said that he's close to getting his computer set up in the office going again. So hoping to do some streams again soon with him. But in the meantime, I'm having fun joining you guys over here. As for what we talked about tonight, I still don't trust Gunn's ass. I still don't like Gunn's ass. I'm going to continue to fight. And I'm going to continue to put the pressure on not just James Gunn, because I could give a fuck about James Gunn. I'm putting the pressure on WBD, on Zaslav, and I want the board members to hear me, bro. We need to continue to create this genuine concern and doubt about Gunn's vision. I don't want to see the fucking slate. Don't stop fighting. Don't stop trending that hashtag Fire James Gunn.
Yeah, I respect your passion, man, and I agree with you. And that's kind of not only those people, the board members, Zaslav. I was also talking to like the people who hold the rights for these characters ultimately, like the family members, the estates, the groups, the actual people who are still alive that created certain characters. Like they have more say than they think they do. Yeah, DC may own the rights to the characters or whatever, but they're the creators, bro.
Jerry Siegel, Joe Shuster, William Marston, Bob Kane, Bill Finger. Those are the Trinity creators right there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
all of them, all of their family members. I was trying to talk to them the other night on, I believe that was Sky's stream. And I was just trying to say, like, yo, do you want your family to be associated with this guy? And do you want your legacy to be muffed up by this guy? Because what we're looking at as fans of this, just general fans who literally have no stakes in the game, besides the fact that we want to brag about the product that we love and the characters that we love. But just as fans, it looks like this company as a whole is about to fucking tank. So what does that do to your legacy and your equity of your family? And I just want those people to think about that, because they have way more of a direct line to the board members than we do, and they have way more of a say in what goes on with their beloved characters than we do. So just food for thought for all of those people. If anyone's watching this who has any connections to those people that were mentioned or any of the legacy characters in DC and their creators, show them this clip and let them know that they're being associated with a fucking pedophile sympathizer. So just had to say that straight up, straight down. That is what it is.
Damn, he went there.
I had to go there, bro, because that's just facts. But anyways, Leon, what are your final thoughts for the night before we fire on out of here?
Final thoughts, man. I appreciate the chat, the panel, these topics. Sky for assembling the Cool Table many moons ago. Silk Nation, Mikey and the Mikey Verse. Corey for stopping by.
Yeah. And
Austin for having this great channel. Man, final thoughts on everything, man. I'm kind of done with WBD and DC, bro. Until further notice, man. In order to get me back, I need to see some quality, man. Quality tends to come in the form of Zack. I know there's something about Zack Snyder that makes Hollywood nervous. So getting him back seems to be more of an emotional and philosophical battle, more so than a logical and financial one. So,
it's crazy,
right?
It's crazy.
That's why a lot of people are done. because
Yeah.
of the psychological
Mhm.
part of that.
Because think about it. I mean, Zack Snyder's got a squeaky clean record, a great family, and he's adopted children, right?
Ooh,
He's beloved by his peers and people that he's employed. He's beloved by many a fan worldwide, and he gets a lot of weird hate.
yeah, for no
Not just
reason.
not just online, right? Not just online, but by those from those who seemingly are the powers that be adjacent, right? But then they prop up and put the crowns on those that are seemingly dirty. And you name one, Mr. James Gunn.
Literally calling him king. I saw that the other day too. I'm gonna get to
Correct.
that later.
Correct.
Yeah, that's
So
Literally calling this man king.
so
Like,
sus,
whoa,
right?
what
you
the
go do you, King.
Right.
is this your king?
Like,
Is this your king?
like the phrase that, I've been kind of saying over and over that's been used brilliantly by Sky, failing upward. Whereas someone who seems to be a lot more virtuous, he hasn't failed, but he's been made to look like a failure.
That shit's weird, man.
Very odd, isn't it?
That shit's weird,
So,
bro. That shit's weird, man.
So that's why I say it kind of makes you spent, right? Because again, emotional battle and a philosophical one as opposed to logical and financial. Now, that being said, I'm not giving up. What I'm doing is I'm not putting my dollar towards something that doesn't want me as an audience member.
Yeah.
Right? They don't want me as a customer. They clearly don't.
Yeah.
I'm not their crowd. I'm not like a saint, but I have morals. I have virtuous values. I'm not out here doing weird, oddball shit. In my career, I literally have to have background checks. You know what I mean? Like, so.
They don't know about that, man.
Yeah, I know. So at the end of the day, like, I'm not bragging or anything like that. I'm just painting a picture here. And I don't want to speak for the panel, but I would assume that the panel, similar to me in that nature, that, you guys probably aren't the customers that they want. They're trying to build and create new customers to go along with these same old.
Bro, they Last Jedi us, bro. That's exactly what this was, bro.
I'm so glad you said that because I've been saying
we got
this
Last
rhetoric.
Jedi, bro.
I've been saying this rhetoric on Twitter, right? That Kathleen Kennedy of Star Wars and James Gunn of DC have run off those fandoms into the waiting and open arms of Rebel Moon and Zack Snyder. So, with that being said, I bid you adieu, chat. Have a good night. Bang. Took that from Kenny Omega. That's pretty much all I have to say.
Nah, well put.
Thoughts.
Well put, man. And thank you for those closing thoughts. Shout out Derpy. If you were the 100th sub, I appreciate you. No prize yet. Your prize is our presence on this channel. So thank you for supporting. And yeah, super weird behavior on all fronts. We're gonna go deep on that. But yeah, shout out Kennedy did screw up Star Wars. Man, I'll never forgive them for seeing Luke Skywalker fade away on a fucking cliff. At the end of the movie, after they killed Han Solo. I'm not even gonna get into it, bro. Fucking A. I fucking hated that.
I have bought none of those movies.
I was so mad, bro. I still have a poster from the first movie because I was so hyped to go see
I like
it.
episode 7. I like episode 7. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I saw that movie, but I didn't. 7? You mean you're talking about Oh yeah. I saw that movie in theaters, but I've not bought any of those movies on DVD. None of them.
Me either. I'm not gonna get the updated complete saga either. Like I have my complete saga. It's the fucking 6 movies. That's it.
When Kylo Ren froze that fucking laser blast, bro, don't tell me that you didn't get hyped.
No, that was sick.
It was sick.
It was sick.
Yeah, that first movie in theaters was dope.
It was sick,
But
bro.
them other two.
Thank you.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I killed it.
All I'm vouching for is episode 7. That's it.
Okay.
I like that, bruh. That's fucking lightsaber battle, bruh, with Kylo and when Finn picked up that lightsaber, don't tell me y'all wasn't hype, bro. Don't tell me y'all wasn't hype.
Y'all know Finn was supposed to be a Jedi, right? But because he's black, they took that away.
Yep.
So fuck Disney.
I know.
But it's so dumb that they did that though, because John Boyega was such a big Star Wars fan.
Oh my god!
Correcting people too, like, what are you talking about? This is the first time this has been in the
Zack
movies.
should have put him in Rebel Moon, bro.
I think that he probably wanted to, but there was probably some disputes with Disney and all that shit. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some kind of contract dispute of talent, because you know how these fucking Holly weird people go. But The Force Awakens was sick after that. Trash. Yeah, dude. The Force Awakens was pretty nice.
They did my boy Han Solo and Chewie dirty in that movie, though.
Bro. Man.
Oh, okay, here, let me say this.
Bro,
they didn't give Han Solo any credit at the end. Like, I knew he wanted to die, but no funeral, nothing. And then you give Rey the Millennium Falcon? That belongs to Chewie, yo.
Chewie. It's Chewie's.
Bro.
That's Chewie's Millennium Falcon, bro.
Bro.
You can't dispute that, bro.
I agree, bro.
That's indisputable. That's indisputable. It was trash how they handled Han. No matter what Harrison
That's why I
Ford
was
felt.
mad about it, bro.
What? Hold on, y'all.
That's what pissed me off about that movie.
Yo, we doing a whole other stream right now.
We can't. Let's not.
I'm about to go in, bro. I'm like, I'm about to go in, bro.
Yo,
like,
let's talk Star Wars on your channel, Skywalker. How about that?
No, I didn't want to talk about this. I'm just saying that they last Jedi us, bro. This is exactly what happened. This is exactly what the fuck is going on. And bro, you got proof, because this dude riling up Marvel fans to go at DC fans.
Right.
That shit happened. That shit happened, bro. We're we can't sit there and act like that didn't happen.
I'm gonna say this
bro.
too. Sorry to interrupt you. He's also talking to bots, bro, on purpose.
Yeah.
This dude is talking to bots, bro.
Yeah.
Several accounts have pointed that out.
Sound like
man.
some Marvel MCU
It's
shit.
super fake.
Yeah, I mean that's all that James Gunn seems to be. Says one thing, actually does another.
These bots will ask elaborate questions, and he'll be like, "Oh, cool. Oh, it's my pleasure to answer." And then if a real account asks a question, he'll completely ignore them.
Or
It's
just
nuts.
talk shit and act like they're completely wrong and they're oblivious and they're beneath him.
And
He go to debunking all of a sudden.
basement.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
And we wouldn't. Guess what? This is all recent, within the fucking past month. If you just shut the fuck up, James Gunn, we wouldn't have all this trash to talk about you. It'd all be old past shit.
I'm disappointed that that bitch didn't block me on Twitter yet. Like, that's the next block I'm waiting for. Like, come on, you punk ass bitch, let's go.
He said Master Yoda said the bot woke up from a coma just to reply to Gunn.
Facts, bro.
That's fucking great, yo. But yeah,
and then he keep answering these motherfuckers. That's like, bro.
Yeah. There's more to be said on the whole bot thing and everything. We're gonna go deep. That's why this banner is up there. There's gonna be a go deep episode with the cool table, probably most likely on Mr. West Ashley's channel. If you want to know more about what's going on in the world, why things don't make sense, go follow Mr. West Ashley and learn yourself something.
And Go Deep TV.
Go Deep TV is his channel, where all of the in-depth knowledge that you're missing out in mainstream media is at. And don't kill the messenger for when your mind is blown. Just thank me later. But yeah, everyone, peace, Leon. Jesus Christ, that's funny. Since 2009, damn, bro, that's crazy. That is crazy. But the gun shit can wait. The Star Wars shit can wait. What can't wait is me to go see Rebel Moon. And I also can't wait for this Saturday. We have a special The Holiday Countdown. And why is that, Austin? That's because there's 8 fucking games being played at 12 o'clock on Saturday for the NFL this weekend. And we're going to be going over them. Me and Sil going to be live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, I believe I'm doing that math right. Quick maths. And
Yes. You said Saturday?
Saturday, yes, Saturday morning.
Oh shit! You know what? I might actually be able to make that.
So
We'll
we might
see
have
what's
some
up.
special guests, and you know how it is this time
Am
of
I
year with
allowed
the
to come
holidays.
on?
Yo, bro, we'll talk. Yes, obviously, yes. I already put that in the cool table chat, bro. If you were paying attention,
Hey,
I
I don't
already
know if I'm
put that
allowed to pull
in
up
the
no
chat.
more. You know what
Nah,
I'm
you
saying?
are, you are.
Because ever since that last Tom Brady conversation, shit ain't been feeling this man. You know what
Bro, just don't be disrespectful. Don't be
Go
disrespectful.
Cardinals.
We won't have any issues, bro. Just give them respect. But
Hey, Austin, go do your ass like Skip did. Start standing sharp.
make you walk off a set, player. But anyways, yeah, you know how it is with the holidays, and everyone gets together. My pop filter just fell. Everyone gets together, and you know, even the family don't necessarily want to be around. Comes around, and we get to hear everyone's opinions on things and catch up. So I think that's what Saturday is going to be. We're going to try and have the community partake in some of the predictions. We'll see how that goes. We'll see who we can get in there. But I definitely want everyone here in the chat to show up Saturday morning. Even if you don't care about football, come hang out. It's a good thing to do for the Christmas Eve. If you don't have any family over, for sure, come be a part of this family and we'll make your day. And I definitely will be going live Sunday as well, probably later in the day to do a little Christmas stream and to watch the Buccaneers game that is on Sunday night. But yeah, Saturday morning, I want to see you guys all here. Skywalker, we got any streams coming up before then, bro?
Yes. I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna try to sneak in a Batman Returns watch along before Christmas. With Mad's
Okay.
Mama Bear. I'm
That's
trying to
what's
sneak
up.
that in.
That's what's up.
Yeah, also, yeah, we got the Peely stream coming up. I'm cooking up something else for next weekend. With some more special guests that you guys might not have seen on the channel yet. So be on the lookout for that. We're gonna be talking about some good topics. Just be on the lookout, yo, we got a lot of shit coming for y'all, a lot of shit coming for y'all. I know that they keep saying that Seal Nation and the Mikey verse is reeling, you know what I'm saying? But it's feeling like everything is actually fucking matriculating a nicely down field, you know what I'm saying? So everything is gravy. Just be on the lookout. We got a lot of dope stuff coming. So
yeah,
just watch my Twitter and subscribe if you haven't already. I just hit 400.
Let's go. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And thank you to everyone who subbed to help me get to the first hundo on this channel. That was one of the goals that I had when I first started.
Congrats again, Austin.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. And man, what a road it's been to get to 400 or to 100. And hopefully soon I'll be able to get to 400 like my compatriot here. And we can just keep growing this channel, keep growing the Cool Table fam, keep growing Still Nation in the Mikeyverse. And boy, is it growing. But without further ado, everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you, Leon. Thank you, Sky. Thank you, Necron, who's already in bed by now. And thank you, Super Bro, for coming here. Once I saw you in the chat, I was like, yo, somebody sent, you can see the private chat probably too. I was like, someone send Corey the link, please. I'm a little busy. Please send him the link so he can come through. But yeah, thanks for being here. As always,
and Necron both sent it to him at the same time.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for telling me again, because I had walked away from my phone to grab a drink, and then when I came back, I started chatting again. So I'm glad you guys told me to check the Twitter.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. We needed to have you on for this, especially for the topics at hand. Your opinion and your takes were greatly valued. So thanks for being here, man. Appreciate that. And so everyone, we're out of here. We'll see you Saturday. If there's another stream on Skywalker or Necron, we'll be live tomorrow night for the witching hour. So we'll see you if you guys want to get your face fucking melted off. Yeah.
But it's a witching hour holiday special too, right? I
Yes,
think so.
it is. Witching hour holiday special. There's nothing better than coming together on the holidays. So come together tomorrow night. I think Thursday night. It's Thursday now, and enjoy that with Necron. Enjoy Christmas Eve with us here for the holiday countdown. And if Sky goes live before that, well, I guess we'll see you all over there too, motherfuckers. Have a great night, and till next freezing cold takes. If we don't see you before then, have a Merry Christmas, everybody. We love the shit out of Still Nation. We love the shit out of Mikey Verse, and shout out to the Cool Table family. We out of here, yo.